are back, King's Crossing. So previously on King's Crossing, after Gnimwirt and Adarag were called over by Kyler and introduced to the adventurers, Grunkle, Torvekic, and Wilfer, they sat down with Kyler, the hunt captain, Alexios the minstrel, Gibbs the kobold, and Jonathan the watchman. A plan was devised to fashion a machine to dig under Arwin's Rest to create a safe-hold retreat as a worst-case scenario. Meanwhile, some precautionary diversions to distract the swamp dragon will be fashioned. As they watch the other adventurers set out from Arwin's Rest to tackle their half of the plan, Elder Arlain came calling. Does that sound right?
Sounds about right.
All right. So we are back. Adarag and Gnimwirt stand in the town square of Arwin's Rest. And with that, we begin.
Well, hello there. I looked for you yesterday. It seems you had already gone to sleep. But you are wide awake now, out in the town. Are you helping set up for the festival?
And other things. I'm looking. I meant to go and see you yesterday, but it was just I was just all tuckered out.
Tuckered. I do understand. Sometimes I sit down in my chair and it's like, just after midday, and all of a sudden I'm asleep.
It just happens.
It might be magic. This town might be under a curse. We should be wary.
He starts to look around and then kind of eyes Alexios, who's still like, I don't know any of you.
I was in need of your assistance. Are you two available?
Depends on how extensive the assistance is
Of
needed.
course you are! Excellent! Glad to hear it. Should we talk here, or maybe in a more, dry area?
That would be good.
Excellent.
Lead the way, we'll follow.
He turns and struts, using his walkie cane. He moves towards Hobbs Lodge, once again. Kind of a general meeting area of the town.
Alexios, are you going to come along, or?
I don't really know what's happening. I was brought to town on a gesture of good faith, and as a thanks for saving my life, I made friends with my saviors, and I think they pawned me off to you, but I don't know why I'm following you, if I'm honest. Why am I following you?
Join us, and I think I have some things that you could be helpful with if you're willing.
Okay. He kind of looks up and he's like, well, I'm all for getting out of the rain. Fair enough. Lead on. And you guys follow Elder Arlain.
Yes.
Alright, you guys headed back into Hobbs Lodge, the very familiar turf at this point. The double doors open up, entering through the carriage wagon entrance into a a rundown swamp tavern, with the fires lit, still roaring warm, and the Liliana is cleaning up the table from where you guys had your meeting. She turns and looks at you again. She goes, well, welcome back. Elder Arlain, it's good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too, sweetie. How are things? Oh, they're great. Great. Glad to hear it. One table, please.
You seat yourself.
Oh, of course, I knew that.
And he'll move over and sit at the table that she's still currently clearing.
I kind of lean over to Gnimwirt. Are we sure that he actually is from here?
It seems like it. People seem to know him. I think he's well respected.
Right.
I go over and sit down with Arlain.
Alexios bends over and is going to listen. You guys turn and walk, and he's like, "Oh, right, okay." Follows on. You guys sit down at the table. Very familiar. You guys just got up from here. As you guys sit, Elder Arlain will begin talking, and as he does, Lilian brings over a couple more drinks. and she'll bring over. She will bring over. What does she bring? I don't know, because I can't find it. She'll bring over a plate of fried potato wedges. And kind of set down a little platter for you guys to share, kind of like a appetizer.
Yum.
And
Yum.
so she'll set that down and carry on with her business cleaning, and she goes back into the kitchen to continue prep for the festival. Elder Arlain kind of leans in and he goes,
Now, gentlemen. Hey, who are you?
looking to Alexios. Alexios is like,
He's with us. For now.
my name is Alexios Crow, sir. Is this your town?
That it is. I am one of the elders here. I kind of help oversee the area. Alexios, is it?
Yes, a minstrel by trade. I'd love to stay here in this town for a time, perform and gather stories if I can.
Absolutely. Of course. I'll have to tell you my story. Write it in a book.
I don't know how.
Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, gentlemen. Alex and Grandpa and I don't remember your names. What are your names?
Gnimwirt? This is my friend Adarag.
Gnimwirt, Adarag, and Alexios.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad we got that all sorted. Stop changing your names. Okay. We have matters to discuss, and I need to turn on the light. Hang on.
Matters of utmost secrecy.
Yes, the light.
He pulls the string,
Pulls-
the light turns on.
Pulls out
There's
a
no light.
candle.
Yeah. Pulls out a candle. Yeah. Lights the candle and sits it on the table.
Perfect. Don't ask me where I pulled that from. Okay, gentlemen. Is my inventory.
What else is in this inventory?
You mind your manners, Adarag. All right.
I believe that's what we call a prison wallet.
All right, gentlemen. Something has been going on in this town, and I need to get to the bottom of it. And I don't know who I can trust. It's been going on since before you two arrived. 3 arrived? Where are you from? Never mind, doesn't matter. Before you 3 arrived, so you should be safe to investigate on my behalf. Or you capable investigators?
I'd say so. We'd be happy to try and help.
If I remember right, you said you come from the Southern Kingdoms. You're schooled.
Yeah, the Kingdom of Angelonia.
Angelonia. Sounds made up. Did you make that up? Are you from a farmer's village?
No, we're from Othrondil?
Yes, we're using
heard
pretend
it.
names. I'm from But now
No, you're from Iron's West. West.
stop making up names! Alright, gentlemen. If you are capable investigators, then I have something I need help with. You see, children have
certainly
been
try
going
that.
missing from this. I'm talking, you shush. Children have been going missing from this town, and I want to get to the bottom of it.
Have you noticed?
There's a kidnapping. I think a serial kidnapper. This is very
You think
dangerous.
You think it's someone in the town that's doing this?
Oh, I do not know. That is for you to investigate.
Hmm,
All
okay.
I know is that people have been going missing from this town. Not necessarily just children, but people have been going missing.
I
Do
see.
you know how many people are missing at this point?
Yes,
And how
Well,
many
how
is
many?
that?
a lot. Are you up to the task?
Well, yes, we said we'd help. I'm just trying to gather more information to help. Is there like 5 people missing? Is there
Yes.
100 people missing?
Yes. Maybe.
100 people.
Maybe. It's been happening for a really long time.
Okay.
Are we in the 4 digits now?
What?
Because I can only count to 10.
I was gonna say you're not learned. So,
Don't worry, Adarag.
he's like,
I can do the counting for us.
This has
But
been
it
going
sounds
on
like-
for many moons. Not. It's not like.
do they have years?
Not years. Months. We have months here.
What's the? It's not fortnight. That's like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I think a fortnight is 2 weeks.
Many fortnights.
Yes. Yes. Many fortnights, yes. You don't seem surprised by this information. As someone else
No.
been investigating this.
Well, Adarag, go ahead.
All right. Well, we did find a couple of the, or at least one of the lost children, Isabella.
You're
out on
already
our
finding
travels.
children.
We already found one.
I knew I came to the right people.
Right. Well, is there any
Yes, there is.
specific circumstances under which these kidnappings have taken place?
Yes. It's people from Arwin's Rest, and they go missing.
I got
Do you
that.
know? Do you know what they're doing when they go missing, or where they are?
Well, they're here, and then they're not. And what they were doing is probably doing stuff here, and then they're not anymore. Listen,
Yes.
alright, I didn't see them get taken.
Is there anybody else that may have more information about these kidnappings?
I don't know who we can trust in this town.
So
Well,
you
I will
came
say
to the
there are
two
other
new
adventurers who are new to this town, so they're most likely not culprits. Most likely.
Because
Right.
they arrived after it was already happening.
Yes.
Like you said.
You are learning.
There's got to be some folks that you trust in the town. Like, do you trust Kyler and Jonathan? They seem to be protecting the town.
They move about with too much power. It is good. They do protect the town, but maybe it's gone to their heads.
I see.
There is that weird fella. Came here a long time ago. Zubanuba, or Zipper Doodles. He stays at the antiquarian.
I see. Antiquarian, what... Sir, do you know what that is?
No, I've never heard the term. Would Gnimwirt know what that is?
No, but Adarag might. Adarag, roll
Oh.
folklore for me.
Yeah.
Only because you've been here before.
Right.
Let's get our first check. Let's get a folklore check.
28?
Yep, needed a 42, got a 28, success. Yes, you do know the antiquarian is basically a shop. You tell me, is it a shop you would have gone into? It's where the Lord Keeper lives, basically, like a fancy librarian.
Fancy librarian. He might be roughly familiar with it, but I think more so because Adarag deals in like fencing goods. It might not be at like the top of his knowledge list.
No, yeah, this wouldn't be a place where you. This is just like you'd like research stuff, knowledge stuff, you know.
Maybe you went in there for a book on how to repair a boat.
Yeah, so you might have like popped in. If
Yeah.
you have popped in, then you know of Zabani, think Khajiit, tiger folk being lives there. Roll another folklore for me. I'm gonna see how much you know. Wow, 42
Four.
needed a 42, got a 4. Zabani is very blind, but has never had any trouble moving around. He also has an assistant, who you're not sure exactly what they do, but his assistant is a rat that can speak, named Valaris.
Polaris.
So, Elder Arlain, this,
Yes, yes.
the Zubba Nubba, or Zipper Doodle as you call him,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
He
you
might-
speaking of Zabani?
He might be a sneaky fella. He's not, like... he's not like us.
Are you talking about that wise folk Zabani down there, just down the street?
Yes, at the antiquarian.
Oh, is that what they call it?
He's sneaky, maybe. He
So you
doesn't
think-
speak much.
so you think maybe that's where we should start our investigation, is looking into this guy?
Or the docks. They maybe ship them out.
The what? The docks?
Yes. Listen.
The DOCKS
Yes.
docks.
Yes. Zabani, do you know where the docks are? Zabani? No, not Zabani. You're Adarag. Adarag, do you know where the... I'm losing my mind. Adarag, do you know where the docks are?
You mean the ones that we came in on?
Yes.
Right.
Where I
yeah,
first
just-
found you.
Yes.
All right,
where we
leave the
had
smart
our-
one here there.
All right.
Well, what
Sir?
are we looking for there? Are like specific people
A
working
smuggler
there? or-
boat.
Oh, my people.
I look over to Adarag. Adarag, what are you doing to this town? No-
Maybe slavers are taking them.
Well, maybe not my people. Right.
Okay.
I at least do know where both of those locations are. I believe I might be able to get us started with that. Is there anything else we should know before heading out?
Yes. We were attacked. Terrorists. Probably.
How so?
How so? Have you seen the marketplace? Someone set it on fire.
I did see that. I thought somebody just got a barbecue out of place.
What? No! Someone came to town, and they set it on fire. I need them apprehended. We need justice in this town. Bring order back to Arwin's Rest.
So you know it wasn't someone living in the town, it was an outsider?
Yes. Him and his friend, two of them, they came on a boat, and they set fire to our town. And then they
This was
fled.
before we arrived.
Yeah.
We're two people that came in on a boat, and I don't think that we did it.
No, it was burned before you got here.
You guys clearly remember when you guys got
Yeah,
here.
it
You
was-
hauled the boxes up to the marketplace, and it was already burned down.
Yeah, there was like the smoking building over
Yep.
on the side.
Yep.
Yep.
So it happened recently when we had got here. Okay.
I need him apprehended. He called himself Atlas. I didn't catch his friend's name.
Atlas,
Okay.
you say?
Yes.
Was he tall, small, round,
Um,
skinny?
Average for a human. Both of them. Him and his friend.
Okay.
Any features that stand out?
Atlas. Yes. He had a beard and long shaggy hair. And his friend was tall and slender.
Right. Well,
Gnimwirt, with all this information, has pulled down his multi-tool and is writing a lot of notes.
So will you do this? Will you capture this ne'er-do-well and bring him back to justice? You must bring him back alive. I will pay.
So,
do you mind
what-
if we, is bruised goods okay?
Yes. But alive.
Wonderful.
so
Alive
let me
it will
get
be.
this straight. Missing children and some adults. We need to figure out why they're going missing. We need to look into Zebaneva Zipperdoodle.
Maybe it's the slavers. Maybe Atlas was one of the slavers.
Perhaps, yeah. So we'll look into Atlas and the docks and the slaver smugglers. We'll look into Zubba Nubba Zipperdoodle.
And just to make sure that this is all being relayed correctly, you're very aware where the people are going missing.
Right,
Okay.
the wood,
I want to make sure that you're aware and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go investigate slavers. And I'm like, no, you know where they're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm recapping the conversation with Ellie.
Absolutely.
Arlain.
Yes.
Yeah, so Zipperdoodle will look into this contact as well.
I love the name
And-
Zipperdoodle now. Yeah.
Yes.
You said it, Arlain, not me.
Investigate him. Yes, I love the name. He has a great name. Maybe he is an upstanding guy. Never mind.
Okay.
He's off the list. He's a good guy now.
Okay. Yeah, and as a leader
name
of this
changes.
city, I think there's some things that you should be aware of too. Some updates from our group.
What news do you bring me?
If you've got the time, yes. We had a discussion with the other adventurers, the big ogre Grunkle and
Gurgle, the
His-
fat scout. Yes.
yes, and his companions, the dwarf and the elf. Or half elf. I don't know who that guy
Oh,
was.
that's
but
who you meant.
I also know
Adarag.
he was very clearly a human to you guys. I'm trying to remember
Oh, he
if
was
he
a human?
revealed himself at all. No, he's been disguised as a human.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right, correction. The human.
I think the only place he revealed himself was inside the antiquarian when he was by himself. Which, if you remember, Zabani had no reaction to, but
He's blind.
Adarag knows he's blind, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, all
what
that
about
said,
them?
we
Are
discussed
they
with
evil?
them. No, I think they have the best interest of Arwin's West, just like we do.
Good. I
Um,
had a good feeling about them.
Yeah, but you should know, we discussed some ideas, if you will, on how to better protect the town from some dangers that we've encountered on our travels.
What dangers?
Things that we think could be pressing to the safety of the people here. One of them
The
is
monsters
related.
in the trees.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the
we
monsters.
must protect the town. Are you going to build us a wall?
We discussed that as an option, and maybe it's something we could pursue. But
Are you going to
in
go
the
kill
interest-
them all?
Well, in the interest of time, we're going to start with building a safe place for the town people to retreat to in case they need to.
Very well.
And then, secondly, there's a different kind of monster that we've encountered out there. Folks have been calling it a swamp dragon.
A dragon. Here.
Yes. Yes.
Like breathe fire. Dragon.
Well, like breathe acid. I don't know. It's a different kind of dragon, but a dragon nonetheless is what people are calling it.
That
And-
is most unsettling.
Yes.
You should slay the dragon.
I as much as I'd like to, you can see my stature.
We'll get right on that.
We're working on a solution to that, but in the meantime, we've noticed that the dragon seems to track its prey with sound, and so we're going to try to create sound devices to put around the forest to distract it and keep it away from here. So, things you should be aware of.
Most ingenious. I like it. You have my blessing. Is there
Alright,
anything
well,
that you need? And you will investigate these terrorists, these culprits who attacked our town.
yes, we will look into it. I have
Right.
a odd feeling that maybe some of the monsters in the forest could be related to the kidnapping, so we'll keep you posted.
The monsters are slavers. Interesting.
Well, I don't know yet.
I have odd feelings too, but it's usually indigestion.
I'm sure someone makes something for that too.
Yes.
Have you met our friend Bjorn?
I have not met a Bjorn. What is a Bjorn?
Bjorn is the large bear folk that you met coming in with us from the just across the river up north.
The big bear. Yes, you brought a pet bear. I remember.
Yes.
Where
well,
is your
that's-
pet bear? Have you let it loose in my town?
I don't rightly know.
We got here, and then the other group somehow snagged him aside and told him to go do something, and we had no idea. And so he's just disappeared. And I would have loved to have had him here, the other group. So there you go, Elder Arlain. Gnimwirt's pissed.
Why? I am
But I hope
sensing.
he's back soon.
I am sensing some hostility from beyond the realm.
But
Well,
all
Arlain,
this said, as far as anything we need, I guess just more time. There's a lot to do.
our quest log keeps expanding.
Well, let me do this.
And he kind of reaches into his pocket and pulls out his thumb, and you can see it's covered in some kind of soot, charcoal, maybe. And he'll lean forward and kind of mark your forehead, Adarag, and he marks Gnimwirt's forehead. And if you guys look at each other, you'll see that he's put what looks to be a set of runes on each of your foreheads. I'm going to...
Is it a single rune, or is it like a crown of runes sort of thing?
Set runes.
Set runes. Okay.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So he's marked that on each of your foreheads, and he goes,
Maybe this will come in handy.
I
Well,
will
Godspeed
get-
and all that.
and he'll stand up, and as he hobbles off out of Hobbs Lodge, he kind of waves to Liliana with his cane.
Good luck, dearie. I'll see you at the festival. I cannot wait.
He goes, "It's so good to see you, Elder. I'll see you soon." He hobbles back out into the rain. And just as quick
Right.
as he came, he left. You see Alexios is like reaching for some potato wedges. I'm allowed to have some of these, right?
Oh,
By all
help,
means.
help yourself, yes.
You see
Takes
our
like-
size. We're not going to eat all of these.
Takes like 4 and then puts some in his pocket.
I see him chowing down, and I grab like 2 of them to just hold on to.
They're not bad. They're fried in grease and they're served with gravy.
Mm.
Yeah, not bad.
It's like poutine potato wedges.
Excuse me?
I've heard of these before. I believe the locals called them poutine.
Poutine. Is that a real thing? I'm
Yeah.
not familiar.
It's a thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah.
Like fries covered and stuff. I think.
Fries with gravy.
Fries with gravy is really fucking good. What do you guys
Well,
think?
Adarag
Yes, sir.
and Alexios, there's a lot to do, and I think probably going through our list and figuring out what's the most pressing would be wise. The way I see it, safety's got to be first. So, 2 things there. One, we're getting ready for the other group to come back with the logs to dig that hole. I've got plans drawn up for that contraption, but I don't think there's many people that can read the plans to know how to build it. So I either need to train someone on how to do that if we're going to be gone, or we need to be here when they get back. So that's number 1. Number 2, I want to start mass producing these sound devices, and I think those will be pretty easy to make. So if we even turn it into like an arts and crafts for the kids type of thing, I think we can make that work and make them pretty quick.
Right. Well, I think I can help with one of those 2 things, and I will say at this point in time, Alexios, you've kind of been thrust in the middle of all of this.
Very much so.
As a fellow Throndylian, what's your take on this? On this slice of land you ended up in here?
I just arrived and I've almost died like more times than I can count.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It
Same.
makes for quite the story. I plan to write quite a grand ballad about my adventures here. I'm not hard pressed to go on more in case it does end my life, but I suppose that's what all, the renowned bards must do. So,
Oh, so you're a bard.
he looks to his vial on his back and he goes, yes.
I thought you were a musician.
He's not the educated one.
He looks to Gnimwirt, looks back, he goes, I was schooled.
Yeah, I nod and point to Gnimwirt, point to Adarag. Like, he wasn't the educated one.
I see. But yes, while I am not looking for death, I am looking for my great saga, my masterpiece. And I feel that can only be written through experience, rather than through secondhand stories sitting at home.
Yeah, understood. Well, perhaps we can help you gain that experience.
Have you heard the story of the old man by the sea?
I have not.
Well, how about this? I'll trade you that story for good times with a lot that are less prone to get into fights.
What?
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I don't think we're actually less prone to get into fights, but I was just inviting you along if you'd like to.
Oh. Well, yes, my other traveling companions left and told me to stay with you. So I'm staying with you gentlemen.
We're
I
better.
don't know what you do, but you're from Lothrondil, so you must be good lads. I hope.
Pleasure to meet you.
In
My
general,
name is Adarag.
Adarag. Yes, I believe I got your names. Adarag and Gnimwirt, was it?
yeah, that's
Excellent.
correct.
Excellent.
Now it's formal.
You'd be impressed at how hard finding rhymes for those names are. But, regardless, what is your next steps?
Right. As I was saying, I might be able to help with one of those two pieces. I know that the most knowledgeable person that I've come across in this town in my travels has been Zabani, which I believe is who Elder Arlain was just trying to say the name of. He's quite a wise man. He's lion folk, completely blind, but he's beyond his years in knowledge. So he may be able to help with some of the information that we may need about the town and about help out some more on this investigation.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good to know. Do we want to dig in?
Can I test something real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Did that do anything?
It
Yeah.
popped up.
What popped up?
Floating tiger.
It's
Floating tiger.
just the image of that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just the image of
perfect.
floating-
Okay, I figured out how to do
Yeah.
it. Sweet. That's Zabani. And the mouse is Valerie's.
Oh, I thought that was just a cub.
Shut up, it's a mouse. They look alike. I wanted that for I stole this on purpose. It's a mouse in this case, but
I see. Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Make fun of my character. Alright, continue. Sorry, I want to make
And
sure that works.
TPK.
Yeah.
So, I
Sorry.
guess the question comes down to this. Do we want to start with the investigation, which I have a feeling could lead to a long series of investigating, or do we want to start with the couple things we know we got to do, which is get ready for these safety precautions?
Well, that's where kind of I was going with it. I believe if you need someone that might be on your level of education, I believe that Zabani's probably the closest shot you're going to have around here.
Do you think he'd be willing to teach people how to build a complex device and he could read schematics?
Well, the reading part's going to be difficult.
You
But-
said he's educated.
Very. But he's more of the word of mouth, lore based type.
Well,
But he has an assistant.
Gnimwirt's realizing his biggest dilemma in this world is being the only educated person.
I can't be everywhere, Adarag.
But he does have an assistant that may be able to help.
Well, let's go talk to him, see what we can find. But yes, I do want to start manufacturing these things soon because we're going to run out of time.
Understandable. Well, Alexios, care to join us?
Let the
I
adventure
know
be
this has
written.
been established. Wonderful. I know this has been established, but I just felt like saying it one more time, just to be sure.
I get invited to a lot of places a lot of times over and over again.
So do you want to come? Or-
Alexios gets up and storms out. You guys head out?
Yep.
Yeah,
All
headed
right.
over to
The antiquarian.
Zipperdoodles.
He'll grab one more potato wedge off the plate and scarf it as he gets up to follow you guys. You guys head out and heading back into town. Stepping out of Hobbs Lodge, Liliana kind of gives you a quaint little curtsy as you guys head out. She goes, I hope to see you guys again soon.
Thank
I
you,
hope to see
Liliana.
you as well.
Oh, do we owe you anything?
No, you don't. Elder Arlain has covered your tab.
Still?
To my knowledge, he has not told me different.
All right. Well, next time we're in, we're buying no matter what.
Understood. I will let him know.
Okay.
And stay safe.
Thank you, Liliana.
And stay dry. She
We'll
kind
try.
of giggles, knowing that's impossible. And she moves to go clear the table again. You guys step out, and you see a familiar face outside talking to some people, and he turns and looks up to you. Jonathan is stood outside, and he's kind of nods to these people, and they head off, and he goes, "Gentlemen,
Hello there, Jonathan.
Hey.
I've been set about that task you told me. It's gonna take us a while, if I'm honest. But I've got the crew gathering up the parts you've requested, and I've got people out watching them as well.
Great.
Wonderful.
That's good news. Thank you.
Where should I find you once we're ready?
Well, we're heading over to the antiquarium to meet up with Zipper
Zabani, sir.
Zabanub. I don't know. It's you know how it is talking to Arlain. You don't get the clear names sometimes.
Elder Arlain. Fine fella.
Yes, very nice man. But anyways, we're heading over there and then probably back to the inn. Is my guess. We're hopefully just to manufacture these things as soon as possible.
Understood. As I said, it'll take us some time, but I'll find you there.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Alright. Godspeed, gents. I'll turn and
Godspeed
head
to
off
you.
in the same direction that he sent those other people.
All right. So where'd you
Uh,
learn to play Knucklebones,
Alejandro?
Alexios.
Actually, at some of the taverns around Angelonia, I made a stint of it for summers, kind of moving about to all the taverns I could out in the countryside.
Country folk.
Yeah, except we played with dice, not knuckles, because I'm dumb. So you know, so that's what I'm used to.
It's the old country's way, but it's much easier to keep bones on a ship rather than a
Dice.
set of dice.
You're gonna have to teach me how to play the knuckle bones, because the guy who controls me doesn't know.
Right.
Wrath doesn't
looking around.
know. Wrath messed up.
Anything with numbers, I'm interested in too.
Well, this
You
is
should
all
teach me
about
sometime.
concave up, concave down bones, the way that they're formed, and the way that they land.
Okay, yeah. There's some engineering principles I think I could apply here.
Sounds like there's a trick to it.
No, just you need a bit of luck on your side. Unfortunately, I don't have much.
Which you need to work on.
And then Wert's like stroking his beard, thinking of ways to cheat.
And you guys are headed off towards the antiquarian, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. We step into the antiquarian. And you see inside a familiar pair to some of you. Stood atop a podium where you would set a book to read. Stood atop that is a little mouse called Valerie's. Currently stood on top of a book, kind of reading. And sitting over in the corner, in similar garb to this, is this large tiger folk. Seems to be in a meditation state. From the mouse you hear,
Hi, welcome. Welcome to the antiquarian.
Hello, Valerice. It's good to see you again.
Was
It's been
it
a while since
Adarag?
I've been in. Yes, it is.
I have a memory for these things. What brings you in? If I remember right, you were never quite interested in what we had to offer. Always friendly though.
Not quite, but you did help me out with patching up that ship, my ship one time. I needed those schematics for the hull.
If I
but,
remember right, you couldn't read it.
No, I couldn't, so I had to have you describe it to me, which I much appreciated.
Right. I do remember. And it worked out well. Your boat is seaworthy.
Single tear rolls down his cheek.
I haven't seen you in some time, so I would imagine it is. The
It
nimble
held up
wench,
beautifully.
if I remember right.
That's correct. She sailed beautifully.
That is great to hear. Maybe you can take us for a jaunt out on the open sea sometime.
Full on tears starting to stream down.
she'll turn
I
to
love
Gnimwirt and be
that.
like,
Have I said something wrong?
It's a touchy subject these days.
Then on to other subjects. What brings you two gentlemen in today? The antiquarian.
Well, you see, my friend here, he is one of the most learned folk that I know, and I figured it'd be good to introduce him to the other most learned folk I know. Because we could use some help with some learned folk stuff. He
I've
can
never
explain
called
more.
myself learned folk, but here we are.
It's like, I see. Friend, then, could you explain? What is it that you seek?
Well, I put down my pack and I'm going to start pulling out this diagram that I've drawn. You see, we've been talking to some other folks in the town, and we're looking into ways to safeguard the townsfolk, if you will. And I've drawn up a diagram of a contraption that I think we can use to dig down in under Arwin's Rest to sort of create a safe house for the folks if they need it. This will deal with the mud and the other complexities that would come with digging here. But I don't know if I'm always going to be available to help people make this design. So I was hoping I could show it to you guys and teach you how it works so that if the need arose, you could teach other people how to make it.
Valerie. I'm gonna spell their name in here. Valerie's.
Valerice.
There you go. Valerie's will kind of point to a table and be like,
Would you mind?
and she'll hop down and scurry over there.
Okay. Yeah, I walk over to the table and I roll out the parchment. It's super neat. Like everything's like if you've ever seen like drafting paper, like I've got the boxes drawn on it and very neat lines, like measurements on everything,
Yeah.
detailed instructions on like
Valeries
know-
will hop up and start, like, she's little, so moving from one side and looking around. She's like, I like what you did. Okay. I see. This bit. Oh, yes. And it's at this point that you notice Zabani has approached. You didn't hear anything. Zabani's standing over, like, right behind you guys. He'll kind of reach in between you and put his hand down on the piece of paper. Kind of move it across the paper.
You are always terrifying. Your presence is always terrifying, but always subdued. It's good to see you again.
I mean no threat.
Well, I know that. But you are imposing.
am I like
Imposing.
am I like standing on the table because I'm too short to see over the top of it, or
You're more than likely standing on the chair.
okay?
And Adarag's probably stood on the floor, like. You're stood in the chair. Valerie's stood on the table, and Zabani's normal, so he's stood looking over. Well, looking, quote unquote. Hand moves across the paper and is like, "You drew these."
Yes, I draw lots of schematics. I'm an engineer by trade.
You've done well. You wish to trade these?
Yes, I mean, this design I'm not particularly attached to or looking to make profit. I'm just looking to help the town.
And what is it that you seek in return? Knowledge for knowledge.
Yes, I suppose learning some more about this place that we're in wouldn't be a bad idea. What could you tell me about just the creatures in this area and the blight that seems to have moved in?
It's a good question. Let me think on that. Adarag, what are you doing while I think on that?
Adarag is probably like looking around at all these. I'd imagine there's like stacks of books around and like papers neatly rolled up in places, and Adarag's just kind of looking around at like, so this is where smart people come from.
I like that. Zabani will, without turning, he'll continue looking straight ahead, and he goes, this blight. It is a curse. It is new. New to you.
Is
Yes.
he talk like new to us or new to who?
You ask him this?
Yeah, new to who?
New to you. Curse has been around a long time. It's only recently used. Recent. A relative term. For someone who lives a lifetime versus someone who lives a decade.
So you're saying someone has done this curse. It's not just a matter of chance.
You did not know.
No.
Interesting. Well, then there you have it. Knowledge. Knowledge.
I thank you.
Is there anything else you seek?
A map would be nice.
Map of.
Of the area.
Mostly so the players don't get confused as much.
I am working on a map. There is not one at this time. The land has changed since the last one was used.
Yes, I do believe I've noticed.
Perhaps when that's completed, we could sketch a copy of it. That would be helpful.
map is completed. Do you know a cartographer?
No, but you said
Does Adarag know a
it's
cartographer?
not. You said it's not done yet, so I figured you might be working with
I
it.
said that.
Oh.
Wrath said it's not done yet. I'm working on
Oh,
it.
okay.
S1E is
Then-
like the last map is outdated. The land has changed too much. It wouldn't even be useful.
Okay, well, never mind then. Well, Adarag, or actually, sorry, it's Zabani, correct?
It is.
Zabani, do you think this schematic that I'm leaving here, if I were not to be around and someone needed to build this, do you think you guys could help them understand how to build it?
We could. For a price. Knowledge. For knowledge. That
Understood.
is the way of things.
And
Yes.
what knowledge do you seek?
All. I am the Lord Keeper.
I see. Anything in particular?
Hmm. Yes.
Oh?
Let me. That's a good question. You guys are pushing some boundaries here. Hang on. Me.
Sorry.
No, it's great. You guys are making me think. Man, your group makes me think on the fly a lot.
We're not the conventional D&D group.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly. It's do I have it? Yes. Right here. Okay. He's like, yes. I want to know who's the first.
I hold up my hands. The first, asking a question.
The first. Who is it?
He can't see that.
Sure.
Oh, right. Well, the first. Do you know anything about this person up to this point?
Assume it is a person. That is your first mistake. Never assume.
It makes an ass out of you and me, right? Learned that in engineering school.
I did not assume. Why am I an ass?
It's just a saying. Continue.
Continue with what? I have answered your question.
So the first is not a person, and you don't know anything about it. You just know that it is.
I did not say it was not a person. You assume again.
So the first is anything or anyone.
It's called the first. I want to know what it is.
Where have you heard of the first in the past?
Without moving his face, he just holds out his paw to you.
To me?
Yeah.
Oh. I just assume I'm supposed to put my hand on his paw.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it. It's like knowledge. For knowledge.
Oh, right. Right.
You can see he doesn't look at you, but his face, you can kind of see he's just like, oh my god.
Sorry, I'm new to the whole mystical magical thing. I
have
guess
no magic.
well, yes. It's just the glowing blue eyes. They look like magic.
They were seared out by a magician.
That sounds painful.
You probably don't like magic then.
Adarag, your friend assumes a lot.
That he does, and he makes an ass out of the both of us.
When you find this first, you let me know. If you seek knowledge, you know where to find it. You can see he just kind of moves over and reassumes his meditation.
And I mumble to myself, and I'll know to bring it too.
The master has returned to his peaceful state. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Adarag, anything else you need?
A map?
Well, yes, we don't have that here.
I understand. No, I can't read any of this, so it's all kind of moot to me.
Is there anything you'd like to know? We love sharing our lore.
Ooh, do you know how? Do you have any documents on the Corsair fleet?
Don't understand. I thought you couldn't read them.
Right. Do you know
Okay.
anything about the Corsair fleet?
Yes.
Like maybe their weaknesses?
She holds out the tiniest little paw.
He starts patting his pockets.
No.
and
They want knowledge, Adarag.
Yes, I know. And he pulls out. He pulls out.
It just makes me think of
What has it got in its pockets,
his
precious?
pockets. His pockets is. He pulls out the ghillie suit. I don't know how it works, but you can maybe draw up some plans from this.
Oh, we're just giving away all my schematics now, aren't we?
I need to know about the Corsair fleet.
Valerie just kind of looks at it. You're holding it.
I'm not sure we have much use of a mud suit.
Well, you see, this makes you look like a bush.
I see.
Adam T poses.
Why do you want to look like a bush?
Hide from the nasty things in the forest.
That is useful. All right. I will study the suit, and once I have studied it, you may return, and I will gather anything I know about this Corsair fleet.
I kind of lean over to Gnimwirt. Can you make me another one of those?
Gnimwirt like sighs and just leans over. He's like, "Look, we have so many things to do right now. I don't have time to just continue to make tons of shit for everyone."
I understand, but this is important. To me.
Fine. I don't know when I can get to it though.
All right. I'll take it at that. Here you go, Valeris.
The table?
Right.
You hoist it up onto the table, and what would you guys like to do? Are you heading out, or you?
Valeris,
Yes.
this suit, well, it's quite an interesting design. I was wondering if I could add to Adarag's request for knowledge in trade for this suit schematic.
You're changing the agreement? The deal we had already settled? That
Well,
is in
I
poor
was-
faith.
No, I was hoping to add to it, as I didn't get a say.
What is it that you ask?
I'm curious if you have any knowledge on dragons that come from the mountain area. I point up towards where the mountains are. Um,
Yes.
we ran in. Oh, well,
Oh.
if that could be a part of the knowledge transfer, that would be appreciated.
No, it may not. The deal was already settled.
Well, we can throw in more knowledge.
Holds out her paw.
Um, I I'll pull out another paper out of my pack, and this one is like a sketch of the boots that we use.
Oh, okay.
I'll say, and this one actually has like trademark writings, like it's like copyrighted basically the design, but it's the schematic on how it works, on how the boots are made. And I show her the boots. We use these, and it helps a great deal traverse the mud in the area. Perhaps this would be of use to have knowledge about. And I hand her the schematic. Or him.
Her.
Or her.
She lets it kind of drop to the floor, not able to hold a giant piece of paper. Kind of starts looking it over. Yes, this will do. How do I want to do this? How about when you return, for the information on the Corsair fleet, I will have this information for you as well. Is that acceptable?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Ah, good. We have a deal then.
That we do.
I am happy to be of assistance. Is there anything else? You have
I
been
think
most forthcoming.
I believe that's all we have at the time, but I'm sure we'll have many dealings in the future. I appreciate it.
I look forward to sharing knowledge with you.
And I'll look for more knowledge, and maybe next time if you could have there been any rumors about, I don't know, unsightly folk that have bad luck following them? Just if you find any rumors or anything, I'll bring you something when I return.
We shall discuss a deal then.
Wonderful.
She'll kind of walk you guys towards the door, but obviously can't get the door for you. It's like, thank you for coming to the antiquarian.
I pick her up and hold her to the door now.
She lets you guys out if you're heading out.
Yep.
I'm gonna say thank you, Valaris, and goodbye, Zabani.
Zabani says nothing, moves not at all. Valaris goes,
Yep.
I look forward to seeing you both again. Stay safe, my new friends.
We'll try.
You guys head back out into Arwin's Rest. Leaving the antiquarian, what would you like to do?
Well, sir, does that answer some of your questions at least?
I believe it does. That gives me some comfort knowing that there's someone in town that's able to help build that contraption. And while Jonathan is working on gathering the supplies for those sound makers, TM, I have something else I'd like to discuss with you. Perhaps we can make our way back to Hobbs Lodge where it's dry, and I have something else to show you.
Right, and Alexios, what are your plans right now?
You notice he was just standing by the door the whole time, wasn't interacting. He was more, you could see he was studying Zabani. Stepping out, he's like, are you gonna ask if I'm gonna follow you again?
Well, I was not going to go there, but now that you ask, are you going to follow us?
I'm starting to think you guys don't want me to follow you. You keep asking. I can
No, nothing of
go
the sort.
back to... I mean, I could go back to preparing for the festival.
Well, I mean, you were just so quiet. I didn't know if you were interested or not.
I didn't have anything to say.
Really?
Alexios, I would at some point love to chat about just your adventures coming from Othrandil, but in the meantime, I've got so many things I need to do. I could probably use some time to just work on those. Maybe we could tag up in a bit and catch up on stories, and you know, once they gather the supplies, if you like, you could help with making those sound devices.
Understood, gentlemen. I shall retire to my tent then, and prepare for the festival.
Wonderful.
Sounds
And
good.
we'll play another round of Knucklebones sometime soon.
I look forward to you teaching me your ways. I wish you both the best of luck in your errands.
Will do. Go have a cheese plate on me. It's actually on Elder Arlain, but just say it's on me.
I was like, are you giving him money, or are you just like, on my word? He turns and heads back towards the town square, where you can still see it's very bustling with people setting up tents and moving like constructions around, building like a podium and all that stuff.
Sweet.
Right, sir. So, where do we want to go to discuss this?
Well, somewhere dry and somewhere without prying eyes, if we can.
Because I have something... I agree, because I have something to chat with you about as well.
Raph wants us to do something else.
Dude, 3 episodes. One of them wasn't you
I'm
guys.
just talking.
But I've got stuff to do, and people are like, yeah, no, we're just gonna hang out and talk. The first episode we got to under the table, and they're like, yeah, not really anything to do. All we did was talk. And then the second episode, man, Pickles, I'm gonna call him out, was like, I remember I was like, oh, we could skip under the table and carry on for another half hour, and you guys were like, no, we should do under the table. It'd be great to do under the table. So I wrapped up, we went to under the table, and the first thing said, yeah, we just kind of talked. We don't have anything to talk about for under the table. I was like, motherfucker! And now you guys are like, yeah, we're gonna go talk more. Like, all right. It's perfectly fine, man. The game's open-ended. You guys can do whatever you want. Absolutely.
There's a lot to do.
There is a lot to do, but by all means, if you guys have more to talk about, absolutely go for it. You've taken out all my NPCs, so now I don't have to do anything. It's all on you guys.
Well, okay. Where, Adarag, do you think we should go that's private of sorts?
Point of clarification. Did Elder Arlain also say that he was going to put us up in like some of those like, or does Hobbs Lodge have like single rooms?
Hobbs Lodge does not. Hobbs Lodge
does not.
has the
It just has that
common room
basement.
down below. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Would we know of a place that seems like kind of secluded?
There's plenty of places. I mean, there's half the town is abandoned buildings, ruins.
Okay, so maybe we're just
Find an abandoned building.
Pop into any abandoned building, and yeah, there's plenty.
yeah. Let's do that. Pick one that seems fairly dry.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, just for shits and tickles, let's get a roll on this. Can I get an awareness check? We'll do. Either one of you can do it, and the other person can help if wanted. But I'm only gonna take one of your rolls.
Oh, I needed to level up too.
Oh yeah.
I just clicked one of the red things, right? That's it.
Yeah. So under tiers, under your profession of engineer, you're gonna choose one of those that you get to level up.
Can I do... So, remind me, the bonus advances, what are those doing for me?
Oh god, I meant to look at that and I didn't.
Oh yeah, because I
this is
might
something
need to do that.
used to know and I totally forgot somehow.
Oh, the unique advances, or
No,
the bonus
advances.
Oh, so
AB,
those
BB,
actually-
IV.
yeah, so those specifically alter the modifiers that are with each of your traits. So
So it's
AB is your agility, PB is your perception, IB is intelligence,
Right,
and it.
but like what? So like, Gnimwirt has a intelligence with a 7 IB. What does that 7 actually do for him?
Right.
Like if you roll, I'm just gonna roll an education for you. I want to show roll details. Like there's nothing with a 7 that does anything in there.
Yeah.
Is it just increasing the total chance or something?
I'm gonna. I meant to look at that up and I totally forgot. So
That's all right. We don't have to do that now.
while you
I was
guys-
gonna take awareness.
yeah.
So
Well, you guys, yeah, go ahead. While you guys figure out your did Adarag, did you get your level up in?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Then while you guys roll an awareness check for me, I'm going to see if I can remember what was.
Okay.
I failed.
Can I help him?
One of you is rolling, so it looks like Gnimwirt rolled.
Sorry.
Well, yeah,
Can I give him
Gnimwirt
help?
rolled, but yes, then you can assist. Yes. So you are gonna roll a D10. A 3. So that would actually change that to a 35. Out of 52, you succeed. So yeah, you're able to find a comfortable enough, recently abandoned building. Going in, the place looks ransacked in the sense that it's been like looted for most of its goods, but it looks like there was people living here not too long ago. More than likely, they either left or they're one of the families that have gone missing. But it's relatively decent. It's not getting rained on, and there are still stools to sit on. So you guys can find a comfy spot to at least sit.
All right. And I'm gonna take a swig of my snifter of brandy and hold it out to Gnimwirt.
I'll take a swig as well. We can keep this fairly brief. There's a lot to do, but
Agreed. And he
in
puts the
all
cap
our-
back on.
in all our many hours here already, I've not had a chance to just sit down and talk to you. So, couple things. One, I've quickly learned while being here that we are outmatched when it comes to anything combat related. As much as I am appreciative of your smuggling abilities, I think we need more capability on that front, and so I've been working on something. And Raph, this is a question for you. My big plans for, you know what, have I developed the plans and it's just a matter of procuring the stuff? Or am I allowed to say that I've developed the plans?
Yeah, because didn't you show me a schematic when we first arrived?
I tried to,
Yeah.
but we
Tried to.
never got to talk about it. Okay. Um, mhm.
Still in the drafting stage.
But anyways, I'm not going to pull out the schematics because I know he can't read them. But I'm just going to say, look, I've started developing something that I think will help our capabilities when it comes to these altercations with enemies. It's a large project and very complicated, and so I've got, initial versions of my ideas on paper. I'm going to keep this a secret because I'm worried this is one of those things, if in the wrong hands, could be very detrimental. But I just want you to be aware there's going to be things that we need to start looking for along the way. And if we find them, it's going to be a high priority to grab them, or perhaps I'd need a good smuggler.
Right. And how will we know what these items are?
I pull out a list of the things I think I'm gonna need, and I'll just say, I've got a list. I'll share it with you soon, and I'll be looking for these items, and you can be looking for them too. Out of game for a sec. I don't have that list yet, so we'll get that soon and figure that out.
Okay. Right. And this, I believe, is where I should probably fill you in on a little bit of my history with this town. You might have mentioned, you may have heard me mention a couple times that I do know some of the folk around here. It's because I used to travel through here on my trade routes. So one of my stops along the way was a little buried area in some of the ancient ruins, just to the north of town. But as we were coming in uh, after our race against the twig blights, I noticed that I believe it's buried underneath the mud at this point. So now that we're building something that may be able to dig down under the ground, I still don't know how I feel about the others. I'm telling you this in confidence because, well, I trust you. But I'm not sure about the others, where the other adventurers stand on these things, so we may have to be careful when we start digging. Another thing is that I believe I saw some of that green ichor that we found on that dagger. I believe I saw some of it bubbling up through the mud to the in the north of town, where my stash is located.
Okay. Gnimwirt, as Adarag saying this, kind of has a grin on his face. Says, "You don't think I developed an entire contraption only to build a safe house for the people? I had a feeling my smuggling friend might have some things stashed around here."
Now, see, I just should stop assuming that I know more than you. That's what I've learned in this adventure. But it is much appreciated, sir.
You hold your own. I'm glad to have you here. Well, all that said, I think we have too many things to do. Should we get started?
Yes, we should. Do you want to take a look at the docks that Elder Arlain mentioned?
Frankly, I don't think that's our strongest lead. With
Yeah.
I think we know where the things getting captured are going.
That's true. But he also gave us that Atlas man, the terrorist. He says.
Yeah,
the beard and the shaggy hair.
Perhaps we start with that, because I don't have a clear idea on how to deal with the twig blights yet.
But whereabouts do you believe this man to be?
Well, should we start at the dock for that one?
Well, a beard and scraggly hair, that sounds like the docks to me.
All right, well, let's be off.
All right.
The DM is restless.
No, you're all good. I did notice
What does that mean?
At some point I muted myself on stream, and I really hope it wasn't during the game, because that would be highly annoying.
Shoot.
But you guys are
all right. Restart.
yeah. All right.
Again.
Previously on you guys are into the docks, huh?
Yeah, and I'd like to be like keeping an eye out, like trying to look for anybody with scraggly hair and a beard.
And I think while he's doing that, I'm paying attention to the marks that Elder Arlain put on our forehead and trying to see if I can understand what they are or what they're doing.
Okay.
Oh.
You had some?
Would Adarag recognize these symbols as something that's similar to the symbol that we saw on the Ashwood tree out in the clearing?
Similar-ish. Different. Similar-ish.
Like maybe the same dialect, but
I
maybe
believe
just
I
a different symbol.
changed that one. Yeah, I did. It's this.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
That's what you guys saw on the tree.
I had the old one.
Yep, I did alter it.
Okay.
The joys of building the story kind of as we go. Things do change. But, yes, you guys do. So, you guys, I know you noted down that rune, so just this is the symbol you do have noted down.
Okay.
Oops. I just closed my thing. Stand by, everybody. There you go. And there we go. Alright. Roll for me a scrutinize check, which you actually have trained.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one that I have to change anything? Just standard?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Should be standard across the board.
Yep.
Scrutinize. Adarag's trying to. Adarag, you don't. Wow, by 1% you don't. Gnimwirt, you need a 52 or less, you got a 32. What would you be able to tell about these runes? Well, you can tell that they're runes.
Oh, I was looking around at like the people that have.
Oh,
I was looking for hair,
no.
beard, and stuff.
Give me an awareness check for that. Apologies.
Okay.
You do look at the rune, you're like, I don't know. Gnimwirt, you know that you recognize that they're runes. You recognize that their runes are most likely ancient. They're not really used too much anymore. So your best guess is maybe someone ancient would know more about it. Someone like Elder Arlain, who, you know, the older folk, or people who've been around a while. Does that help at all?
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Adarag, awareness, need a 55 or less, got a 59. It's tough, because there's a lot of scraggly people here. It's not that you don't see them, it's that you see a lot.
Yeah, it's what we've been told.
Speaking of which, you guys head down to towards the docks, and, you hear,
Oh, hey there! What are you doing?
Who calls for me? State yourself.
this guy waves.
You gotta look out, you're standing on my net.
Oh, my apologies.
He kind of
You gotta
whips the
up.
net around and hurls it out into the ocean.
You guys don't look like fishermen. What are you doing down here?
Well, we were looking for any information on a terrorist? But that's the ramblings of an old man, so he may not be such.
I don't know anything about a terrorist. Hopkins, you know anything about a terrorist?
This guy, is in the water, like the docks kind of go out over the water, right? This guy's in the water, kind of pops his head up. He's been like floating in the water beneath the docks, I guess. And, pops his head up and kind of grabs on and hoists himself up on the dock, kind of taking a second to heave his belly up onto the docks. Pulls himself up, standing up, grabs his stick and goes, terrorist? What?
Yeah, Hopkins doesn't know anything about a terrorist. Yeah, you're saying that we have a terrorist?
I kind of lean over to Gnimwirt. Elder Arlain said that the companion was skinny, right?
You know, maybe don't lead with terrorist next time. My friend, I didn't catch your name. What was your name?
Yeah, I'm Frankie. That's Hopkins. Yeah.
Nice to meet you both. I don't know. We're just going around introducing ourselves to folks because we're new around here.
Yeah, I saw you guys come in on the Emerald boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't been here very long. I was wondering if you'd come say hi to us.
Well, it's nice
Yeah.
to meet you too. Say, do you know anyone named Atlas around here?
No, yeah, I know Atlas.
Oh, you do.
Do you know where we might be able to find him?
No. We traded with him. He gave us, some clothes and asked us for directions, and he traded us his knife. No. Hopkins, you traded him your knife, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, he gave him his fishing knife. And he wanted directions, and we gave him that.
Where
Yeah.
did these directions, or what directions did you give him?
He wanted to know where the marketplace was. And, then when he came back, it looked like he cut off his beard. I don't know. Maybe he got dirty. But, yeah, no, I came and he was in a big hurry. He was all sweaty and gross. But, yeah, he traded. Gave us this little ship over there.
Points to a ship Adarag's familiar with. It's not like a ship. I shouldn't say ship. It's more like a dinghy. But the hint that you guys had gotten that led you to Arwin's Rest was that these people had chartered a boat. It was basically, it wasn't much. It was a shabby little boat. And that boat is now sat here at these docks.
Yeah, he traded us this ship and we gave him a knife and directions. Pretty good deal for us.
Charter a ship.
So
What?
which way did Atlas head off? We'd like to go talk to him if we could.
Well, he went to the market, and then he came back with no beard, and that's when he asked for directions. Again?
Right.
Yes,
No, like
twice. He's very lost.
yeah, the second time. What did he ask for, and where did he go?
He wanted to know what was north of here. We told him the river. But not much else beyond that. Wild land, the free lands, where people live free.
Are you Freelander?
Well, yeah, we all are. This is Arwin's Rest.
It's kind of you know, friends. Yeah.
Well, Frankie and Hopkins, it was very nice to meet you two, and I hope you have much luck in catching your fish out there.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
I'll turn to Adarag. Well, seems like the lead suggests north. Our favorite place.
We may be able to... Hey, Hopkins. Are you the one that owns the boat, or is it your, was it Brady? I know you just said this, but...
Frankie.
Frankie. Frankie. Brady. Frankie. Hopkins.
Good.
I am...
He's
So
taking after Hopkins.
Yes.
Fucking burn! What are you trying to say?
Would you mind if we took a look at that boat that you were given?
You want to look at my boat? Yeah, okay.
All right. I'd like to go and like take a look around the boat, see like was anything left on the boat? Was there any is there anything like of note around the boat? Any marked?
Not in particular. You see a bunch of fishing supplies. Seems like they've stored their stuff in here. They've just gotten back from a fishing trip. Seems like they're just casting nets and a fishing line off the... It looks like actually Hopkins is spearing fish. Maybe when he was in the water. Seems like Frankie's net fishing from the dock. But they've got all their like fishing lines and like a tackle box type deal, and seems like a fishing boat now.
And there no signs of like hidden doors or any like stowaway
You can do an
areas.
awareness check. If you're looking for that, I'm gonna put it at a... God, it's been a while since I've done this. It's gonna be at a challenging roll. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
Wow, with a 45 chance,
Adarag knows his boats.
yeah, he does. He knows his boats. Maybe he knows secret compartments. He's like, nah, I know what to look for. I'm a smuggler. Sorry. Phone's blowing up. Okay. You check through the boat, and it doesn't have any built-in secret compartments or anything like that, but it does have one of the floorboards looks like it was pried and then re-secured.
All right. I'd like to go over and like see if there's anything that I can get a purchase on, or maybe use like the butt end of my stiletto to try to like pry it open.
Yeah. Give me a melee check with your weapon. Just a basic melee check. It can be either simple or martial, depending on the weapon you're using.
Okay. So,
Does that make sense?
yeah. So my stiletto, it's a simple weapon.
Okay. Simple melee
So
check
simple
then.
melee. Okay.
All right. Need a 52 or less. Got a 51. Congrats. Yeah, you're able to use your stiletto and kind of work it around. And you got it. Pop. It opens up, and inside you see what looks to be a soot-stained jacket. It looks to be like a duster. But it looks almost like charred. Not like it's burnt or anything. It's still a full jacket, but it's definitely got like soot marks all over it.
Okay. So there's no like holes in it, just like it has like a dirty, like almost like a coal miner's sort of like dust.
Yeah,
all
it's
over
definitely
it.
like worn because of this. Like it's kind of got that vintage look almost to it because of this.
All right, I'm gonna.
Like almost if some DM burned the edges of a note to give to the players or something. Like that's what it would look like.
Who would do that?
Yeah, I guess I'll take the duster. Anything
Okay.
else I can see in the compartment?
Yeah. Underneath the duster, there's a key.
I take the key.
All right. You now have one. It doesn't look like it was. It's not a well-crafted key. It looks like it's a replica almost.
Okay. So replica
Like,
key.
Yeah, it's a shoddy-made key.
And
a duster.
Shoddy made key and a duster.
Soot-stained vintage duster.
All
This-
right.
Do I see him taking this?
Sure.
Adarag, could I see that jacket for a second?
Sure. And I hand it over to him.
I'm gonna inspect it to see if I can like smell anything familiar that only I would know? If you
Yes,
catch my meaning.
very much so. You don't even have to roll.
Okay. So, to be clear, I know that these people have stolen something of mine.
Very much so.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, putting two together. I mean, you've got the soot-stained jacket. You've got a shoddy-made key. You've got people in a rush that came to Arwin's Rest in a chartered boat, matching this description. You've also learned that they traded for a fishing knife. He said that he shaved off his beard and changed clothes. He said that he traded him clothes. He got got directions to the market. Once he was done with that, came back, got directions about something about the north. That's what you've learned.
Okay. Adarag, are we still within earshot of Frankie and Hopkins?
Yeah, man, I can hear you.
Okay.
Did you need me, or?
No, it's good.
Okay, I'm like mid pulling the nets. I can't really do both.
No, you're good. You're
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna keep pulling my net now.
Oh yeah.
It's a big hole.
Turn back to Adarag and hand him the jacket. I kind of just quietly whisper, like, I understand more about these people than I thought I would at the start. I'd like to go investigate the town center that was burned down. See what we can find.
Sure. I think that to be a good option. And also, sir, there was this key underneath the duster, and I'll show Tough Nuts or show Gnimwirt the key.
Do I recognize the key as something that is trying to mock off a key that I would be familiar with that would open one of my safes back at home?
That's too much detail to really get into. You wouldn't notice that, but I mean, it definitely looks like a mock key that was made. You could infer that they made a key to get in.
To my place.
You would assume.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Hold on to that and we'll head over to the town center.
All right. Before leaving, I'm gonna use the butt of my stiletto again just to kind of knock the nails back in on the board and put it back in place.
All right. You guys heading where?
To the town center where
the burned down
Marketplace
area was.
Town center is where they're
Marketplace.
setting up the festival. Marketplace, different area.
Okay, headed to the marketplace.
So you guys
Need
head
that.
out.
Hey, have a great day, guys. It was nice meeting you.
Hope we catch
We just wait.
He goes, what the hell was that? No, I'm just kidding. You guys head towards the marketplace. Now, you guys have been here before. You kind of go up to the left, following this trail upwards. You can see that the smoking buildings are no longer smoking or anything like that, but it's definitely charred and blazoned area, all burnt down, this little section of town. The boxes that you had set there are gone, seemingly distributed or hauled off wherever, or stolen. But the marketplace is basically left as is. What would you guys like to do in this marketplace?
I'd like to investigate the patterns of how it burned, and particularly I'm looking for signs of explosions.
Okay. Adarag?
And I would be looking, I don't know quite how these things worked, but I would be looking for I guess the flash point, so like the location where it started.
Okay. Give me an awareness check from both of you. I'm gonna say normal for Gnimwirt. For Adarag, we're gonna go with a challenging.
Yep.
Good rolls today.
Damn, yeah, you guys are killing it. You both got 17. Gnimwirt 17 out of 52, Adarag 17 out of 45. All right. Gnimwirt, going with you first. You're checking buildings. You're checking this area, this kind of center point of all this explosion. Not center point, but you know the focus of it. And you're noticing that you can see that wooden beams have been blasted back and like cracked open. Which doesn't look like it would have happened from age. This is like a sudden impact. Like someone was thrown into it, someone punched it, you know, cracked it on purpose. All of it, you know, charred and blackened, obviously. You're noticing on the walls, like the blast created like ripple effects of this soot. You can see where like darker, lighter soot is like this. Flames would have lashed out across these buildings from hotter to not as hot. This is definitely the work of an explosion. This is absolutely the work of your product. Adarag. You're kind of shifting around, you know, moving away some of the ash, moving away some of the soot. And as you're moving, you kick something solid-ish. Moving away the soot, you see that you've kicked a foot, and it's become dislodged from the rest of its body. There now lies a body and a foot.
Okay. I'd like to. Do I smell like a smell of death coming off of this
Just
thing?
sulfur, like fire, soot.
Just fire, so
Yeah.
okay. So it
The
doesn't
rains
smell like.
doused a lot of it.
Okay, so it doesn't smell like decomposition has started yet, so it kind of seems fresh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to do a closer inspection of, like, maybe it's wet outside. Maybe use like wet my hands and like start to wipe away the person or the body's face area.
Okay. Very much you're wiping it away and it's just like ripping skin off and like where it's so melted that it's just like sliding off its face kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, can you roll a resolve check for me?
Oh, yeah. How do I do that? Resolve. There we go.
Great checks.
All
You have some throw up come in your mouth, but you maintain it. as you wipe away this person's face and literally wipe away this person's face.
Face, yeah. Well,
While that's happening, I'm kind of doing some mental math of like how much. I don't know if it's a secret to viewers and to Adarag. So should I call the product what it is?
You can call it. Yeah, you give away as much as you want.
Okay. I'm not gonna give it away what it is,
Okay.
but not yet. But I'm doing the mental math of like how big this explosion was and how much of this thing I had like made, and I'm trying to figure out if they've actually manufactured more or if they were just using what I already had.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna go with an education check for this. I think that's gonna be our best bet.
Standard across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you're actually trained in this too, and you got a failure. 61% chance. You got a 93. It's
I'm
hard
gonna
to tell.
use a fortune tracker
It's
if that's okay.
hard to tell until you take a second look. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll. Critical
Oh.
success. Let's go.
second look.
Yeah, you're like, wait a second, and you like start looking. Definitely doesn't look like they've manufactured more. But looks like they've used a good amount. From what you know was taken, if they haven't used any else up to this point, they've used over half of whatever they stole.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Adarag, now thoroughly disgusted, is going to start just trying to like look through the charred clothes to maybe see if there's any forms of identification.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Going through the charred clothes, they're kind of flaking off and falling apart. It looks like anything they really had on them's crisp.
Just crispy.
Yeah.
Extra crispy. Okay. Alright, I'm going to look around to see. So I have this like person now. Is there anybody or anything else nearby this person that might give me more of an idea of what this person was doing while when they met their end?
How to answer that? Yes? We'll say yes. Go ahead and roll me an awareness check.
Yep.
Uh, 55 or less, you got a 52. Alright. Yeah. As you kind of look around and survey the area, alright. You guys keep me on my toes, I love it. You see this guy leaning against, one of the ruins. Seems almost like an ancient pillar. It looks at you.
Frog?
He's just watching you. What? Oh god, is this a known character from something?
This is Grog from Critical Role.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Whoops. I'm not trying to use your content. I'll change it. Sorry. I just googled image. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, so there's this like strong muscular looking guy leaning up against a pole.
Basically. Yep.
Gotcha.
Just watching.
Sir, were you here when this happened?
Here. Like in the marketplace.
Or did you see what happened here?
I'd be dead if I was here.
I get that, but were you in the area? First responder sort of thing?
I was in the mine.
You were in the mines. May I ask your name?
Ken.
Ken?
Kent.
Kent. Well, Kent, my name's Adarag.
Okay.
What do you do down in the mines?
Mine.
Just miner, foreman?
What's
Minor?
it to you?
Just want to know who I'm talking to.
You started talking to me. I didn't approach you.
Yeah, but you're standing awfully shiftly over there.
About as steady as can be.
Eh. Turn a phrase.
Not allowed
Anyways.
to stand in my own marketplace.
Oh, this is your marketplace. Now we're getting somewhere.
Some outsider gonna tell me I'm not allowed here anymore.
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Just doing a little bit of investigation for Elder Arlain.
Old man's got you looking into the death of him, huh?
Not just him, but all the folk around, looking into the source of the explosions.
I see. Lost a good merchant.
This is the merchant. What was his name?
Sawyers.
Sawyers. Rest in peace, Sawyers.
He's a good enough merchant.
You friend of yours?
Friend as anyone. Lived here.
Right.
Kent,
Well-
my name's Gnimwirt. I'm a
Okay.
companion of Adarag.
Fancy that.
Is there... What?
He said, fancy that.
Oh. You seem to, value the market and the life of sires. I was wondering if you could tell us any more information that you might know about the people who did this.
I'm just keeping an eye on the outsiders. You're mucking
Oh.
around with my dead friend.
Yeah, we're only trying to help.
We'll see.
Alright, I'm gonna turn away and... Adarag, I think I know what I need from this, so... We can move forward, I think, if you're ready.
Well, if you think you've gotten all that you can from here, I suppose we should probably move on. Say, Ken,
Yeah.
what's your favorite beer at the that they have at Hobbs Lodge?
The only beer they have at Hobbs Lodge.
Which is?
Malt.
All right.
Townsfolk would know that.
I see.
You two
Well-
staying long?
Well, we're trying to help out as best we can, so we might be here for a while. Have you, just off the cuff, have you, heard anything about these disappearances lately?
Yeah, you taking people.
Not I, sir, but, we're trying to find the bastards that do.
And what, you just got some angel of heart? Makes you come to our town and just want to save everybody, huh?
No, sir. I'm in it for the coin.
Let's see. And what about you, companion?
I'm just here to help my friend.
I don't read so good. I need this one to keep me educated.
There's no hope of educating him, but I can read for him.
Okay.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Kent.
Is it now?
I hope... I wish you well, friend.
Well, Kent, hope to see you around.
Do you know?
Oh, I do. I severely do.
And I hope you are able to wrap up your business as quick as possible.
I do as well.
I
Well-
leave.
Have a blessed day.
Where are you guys headed? I say not, Kent.
Yeah. Well, Adarag, seems like all paths lead north at the moment.
I believe so. Well, should we stop by Hobbs Lodge, see if Kyler's been able to round up enough folk to start building those noisemakers? Or if he's had
We
much
can
success with that?
We can check.
Jonathan,
and,
sorry.
Yeah, Jonathan. We can check, and maybe there's the off chance that Bjorn is back, and we could drag him along as well.
I would like to see that bear.
Well, so we'll swing through the Hobbs Lodge area in the town center to see if there's any updates.
Okay. Head back over to Hobbs Lodge. You guys open up the doors. Familiar sight, as you well know it. Warm and friendly as ever. Liliana waves to you. You other patrons and townsfolk inside. No sign of Jonathan, no sign of Kyler, no sign of Bjorn.
Is Griff still laying on the cot over in the corner?
Griff is up in the kitchen trying to help as best he can. It seems like he's got intermittent bouts of energy and then goes and takes naps to like rest.
I'd like to go and say hi to Griff.
Okay. He's back in the kitchen. You want to call to him, go to him?
I guess I'll call to him.
Okay.
Griff, glad to see that you're up and about.
The door swings open and he pops, big old head pops out. Just for anyone on stream, bop, bop, and bop. Big old head pops out. Oi, lads, it's good to see you. I heard you brought me back.
It's good to see that you're awake. Yes, we did. With much struggle, I might add.
Well, I'm sorry to be any sort of hassle.
Oh, none at all. I do have to express my condolences, though. I've heard the terrible news of Mateo. I'm
Right.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Anything you need, let me know, old friend.
Bring me the bastards who did it.
That I can do.
That we will try to do. Griff,
Yes, lad.
question for you. The man Kent from the mines, you familiar with him?
Kent. Yeah, works for Mr. Carver. He does.
Is he always unfriendly?
Just towards outsiders once you get to know him. He's a big softy. He likes
Alright.
to sing, little funny diddly tunes when he gets drunk.
All right, I just got.
Leads the house in song when he can.
That's good to hear. I was concerned after meeting him. It felt like he wanted to kill us.
Yeah? Probably does.
Yeah,
If Mr.
I just-
Carver says so, he will. Don't get on his
Yeah.
bad side.
I'm not trying. I'm trying to help. I was just curious if it was just us or it's everyone.
Any outsiders really, I imagine.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad to see you up and about. I hope you're doing okay.
Liliana, from the front of the bar, she's like,
Not that he should be up and about, but I can't stop him.
None of us could, Liliana.
she just kind of rolls her eyes and goes back to working. Listen, I've got business to run and a festival to prepare for.
Of course, we're keeping you from your work. Stay rested, stay well, and we'll see you again soon.
Always good to see you, folk.
Well, Griff, before we leave, we should probably
Yeah.
tell someone. We're gonna head north again. Just looking for more answers.
Well, that doesn't sound smart.
Well, we're out of other options, so if we don't come back for too long, then maybe tell someone.
Aye. Take that big bear friend of yours with you. He's good company.
Is he back? I haven't seen him yet.
I haven't seen him. I woke up, he was gone.
Ugh.
Yeah, us
Understood.
too. Perhaps we should go search him out and then go.
That might be a better plan.
Well, either way, we're headed north soon, so just be aware.
Right then.
Well, pleasure seeing you. Stay safe.
Oi. I'll turn and head back into the kitchen.
All right. And then is Alexios around? Is he just kind of
Alexios was
Chilling.
out by the,
he's out the
festival
tent.
grounds.
okay? Yeah. Okay. Well, sir, are we sure we want to go north right now? It seems like. Is there a particular thing that's really driving you to want to go now?
It just seems like all roads are leading towards that again. We've got missing people. We know the twig blights are to the north, and by the sound of the other adventurers, potentially to the east as well. We know that these so-called terrorists headed north, and then we know that the dragon seems to pursue those parts. I guess, I'd like to bring those sound makers with us if we're gonna head out, but I don't think we have the supplies ready for it, so I don't know. The only other thing I can think of to do is look for Bjorn and then drag him along with us.
Now, where did those adventurers say that they sent? Out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Did they tell us last session where they sent Bjorn?
Yeah, they had found a spot out to the east where they had gone. That they were like, yeah, there's probably stuff out there you could go get, and then he was like, okay. They sent him east.
Okay, so they sent him east. Where is Crossroads in relation to Arwin's Rest?
East.
Okay, so they went the same direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, they just tried to steal all the NPCs. All your allies.
All of them.
Not steal, just send them away. Yeah, I could be stubborn. Like, we're just gonna sit in town until Bjorn's back.
Oh, you good. You really good.
No.
3 episodes.
3 episodes later.
Well,
All right.
yeah, Adarag, I just don't know that we have time to wait. I think we need to head north.
All right, should we pick up the musician on the way out?
If he wants a story, this is the best way I can think of to get one.
Would he be much help, though, is my question. You've
I
got a
don't
better
know.
mind for tactics than me.
I don't know, you're the combat fellow, but...
I can
to be
protect
honest,
myself and maybe one other person, that's about it.
I think the best tactic for us is to not need tactics, to go unnoticed. And I'd have to make a lot of suits if we bring too many people.
Oh, that's right, I do need another one of those.
Yes, you do. Well, why don't I'll go make that for you as quick as I can, and if you'd like, you can go talk to Alexos or just get ready any way you see fit.
Sure, I can go chat with him, maybe over some knuckle bones.
Alright, don't take too long, though.
It'll be quick.
Need a trade craft from Gnimwirt. You know what to do. And you know that the supplies you need aren't going to be found in town, so you're going to have to head out of town. Which direction out of town are you going to get the supplies? You don't have to go, like, super far. I'm just...
I'll go south, because I know there's a wall there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fair. And while you're doing that, Adarag, you head out, and you see Alexios playing the violin in the tent.
Okay. Alexios.
He'll keep playing. He goes, my friend, how is errands?
Well, mostly done. We're about to, we think we may have to head back north. Are you...
I heard you ran into some trouble last time you headed north.
That we did. But, you know what they say, out of the frying pan into the fire.
That is a saying I'm familiar with.
Well, I guess my question is, I feel bad about leaving you all this time. I know that you
running
came
errands
in.
is not my specialty.
I believe so. I do know though that the other group certainly had, or well, you traveled with the other group for some time. I was wondering, do you have any skills for outside the walls? Forgive me, I see you as a musician. I don't know rightly how much survivability you have.
Are you wanting me to travel outside the walls? outside of Alwyn's Rest?
Well, if you'd like, it's certainly going to be an adventure. If you're looking for those.
Well, suppose that is what I'm in town for. Is it just the two of you going?
At the moment.
See. So I'm guessing there is no guarantee of my safety, like having a warrior, ogre, or a stalwart dwarf.
There is no guarantees for any of that sort of thing. But, unlike the other group, we try to avoid combat at all costs.
And what do you travel north for? What story is there to be told?
Well, there's a couple of stories, one of which I don't rightly know how much I can say, but
Not
it's
much
important.
I can do with that then.
But it may develop as we go along. But certainly the more interesting part of it is that we are going to be searching for the those terrorists that came into town and burned the marketplace down.
Catching an arsonist.
That we are.
Well, I suppose that's better than nothing. I'm well enough ready for the festival.
All right. Well, onward and upward.
North then. No, stand. Securing his vial. I'll follow you.
Pleasure to have you.
And you two
Let's,
head off. Going which way?
We're gonna
So-
go back to. I guess you're just kind of sitting out, sitting south, or
He's south, out probably near the wall.
yeah. So, we didn't really communicate this, so I think I'm just going to go back to Hobbs Lodge.
Okay. You guys go back to Hobbs Lodge. Are you wanting to play Knucklebones while you wait? And well, by that I mean play dice and gamble?
Yes.
Alright. Let's get a gamble check. You call it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh! Alexios with the success, 49. You got a 19. Adarag with the fail, 42. Got a 75. But that's only 1 out of 3. You get to go again.
1 out of 3. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Ah, another one. All right, needed a 42 or less. You got a 91. Alexios needed a 49 or less. Got a 15. You guys are pretty close on the rolls, but on the percentages. But on the rolls, Alexios carries you away with the dice rolling, getting the better numbers, takes it away, and he goes, "My friend, I'm gonna have to start charging you after this."
Yes, I'm afraid luck's not with me.
I see that. Might I recommend you don't challenge our enemies to a game of dice? Maybe you stick with that dagger of yours.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do.
Meanwhile, Gnimwirt, you headed out to craft yourself another ghillie suit. You succeeded on your check, which means you critically succeeded on your check, which means you find all your supplies, and you're able to fashion another ghillie suit for Adarag.
Okay. I'm bringing it back to Hobbs Lodge.
Alright, after a couple games of dice and... You know what? Do you keep playing with Alexios with the chance that you'll lose money? Or gain money?
I think I would. Yeah, I'd bet money on.
Okay. We're gonna do one more check just to see how it goes for the next couple games, and then we'll see how much you either won or lost.
Okay.
Call it when you're ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
You rolled. Oh yeah. Dang. Oh man, you only lost by. Oh no, you lost by 9. All right. You lost again. So over time, Alexios swindles you. Like he just takes intakes, and he's just like, all right, you want to go again? You're like, yeah. He's like, all right. Over the course, I need a we'll do a 1d10. Actually, scratch that. It should be, let's do 3d6. Can you roll me a 3d6, please? We'll say you guys have the chance to do 3 games, and over the 3 games, he takes 9 copper from you.
All right.
9 gold.
yeah, could you imagine?
I am in debt.
Yeah, you now are indebted to him forever. Alexios is getting some money. All right. And at that point, you're about to challenge him again. And he's like, "Are you sure?" And the doors open up, and Gnimwirt steps in.
Got a suit. I just toss it to Adam. I'm still kind of like a little bit tilted that he gave away the last one I made him. Don't try not to lose this one.
I didn't lose it. I traded it for important information.
All right. Alexios, good to see you. Are you tagging along with us?
I hear you're going to catch an arson, and the arson of Arwin's Rest has a ring to it.
That's the goal. I
So be
wasn't aware you were coming. I didn't make you a suit.
I see.
I suppose I can, but
All right.
that'll...
Make him one
We're-
along the trail, then.
You have a feeling Alexios is at this point kind of used to just being forgotten about. He's just kind of like, all right.
We can make him one along the trail when we're back in the sticks and twigs. You want to veg up with stuff that's closer to what we're going to be in anyways.
All right. Well, shall we be off, fellas?
Unless if there's anything else we need to do in town, I think that's our next objective.
I'm gonna have you guys roll something.
Yeah.
Just anything? We pick anything?
No.
I pick tradecraft.
I'm gonna go folklore. Let me get a folklore check from both of you, because I can already tell what's gonna happen. Oh dear God! All right. I will tell you this is probably worth a fortune point, but
I will use
I
one.
will never make you roll. I will never make you use it. You guys have failed all your checks.
Oh,
Do you want to use
Adam.
your last one?
let me do it. I've got better folklore.
Oh yeah, you do.
Uh-huh.
All right. You've used all your fortune points, but Gnimwirt succeeded. Finally. You guys... Brains aren't thinking, you're not putting it together, perfectly fine. You guys go to head out of Hobbs Lodge. And as you do, Adarag's probably playing with a stiletto. And Gnimwirt, you look at it. And you think, what do you know about Atlas, the man who stole your stuff? What have you learned?
All right. Atlas traveled here on a boat from our area.
Mhm.
He stole something of mine, I'm pretty convinced of.
Mhm.
I pretty much know for sure. He talked to Hopkins and Frankie to get directions to the marketplace.
Mm-hmm. What
Then
else did you do
proceeded
with Frankie and Hopkins?
Traded them his boat.
Boat for fishing knife and what was the second
Directions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you
Was that
know,
something else?
you
Took
know.
off his beard.
Yep, shaved off his beard. So you know Frankie changed his clothes, shaved his beard, right?
Yep.
You know that he has a knife and he headed north.
Yep.
A man in the north with a knife.
Have we met this person?
I'll leave it at that.
Am I being dumb?
Who did you
I
meet?
don't remember.
Who did you meet in the north?
Oh, the petrified statue.
Oh.
Oh.
But he had kids with him.
Or
So-
and his companion was the little.
So he wasn't like a dad protecting the kids. He was a dad kidnapping the kids.
Dad.
Or not a dad. A man kidnapping the kids. This is a terrible person.
Alright, I needed to get that across because I know you guys are going to travel up there and you're going to be like, oh. So I wanted to get that across before you headed out of town.
But that
Alright.
was okay. I didn't make the connection because I thought that was a dagger that was in his hand, or as it was described.
Fishing knife, dagger,
Yeah.
close enough.
Sure,
Huh.
close enough.
I feel dumb.
No, you're perfectly fine. I probably didn't do a very good job of getting that across, and I couldn't really go back and change what people had said to make it make more sense, so I was like, I'm just going to give this one to you guys.
That was a while ago, so I wasn't thinking about the statue.
Yeah. Person
Yeah.
who had traveled north with knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best
Yep.
I got.
No, it makes sense.
So now you guys know the person you're seeking, you're supposed to bring back alive. You know they're currently petrified in the north. Probably. What would you like to do with that information?
Well, now that we're all ready to go, I'd say we should just sit down and talk more in the town.
Yes, perfect!
Adarag, remember?
Yes, sir.
Remember that
You
scene?
guys are literally walking out the door as Adarag's flipping his knife, and all of a sudden he just runs into you because you stopped, and you're like, wait a second.
Yeah. Remember where we saw the rune on that tree with the statue?
I don't remember that, sir. I never saw the rune or
Wait.
the tree.
You remember the statue?
Yes, I do remember the statue. In the
Think
clearing.
about it. Yes. Man with a knife.
Yes.
Missing kids. Man headed north.
Oh.
I think we're dumb.
Well,
Alexios, I think
nothing new for
there's
me.
no story here. Well, there's no story that still needs telling. I think we know the story.
Well,
Um,
there might be some story still, sir. So we saw him up there, but how do we get him back?
The other question is, he took something of mine. Where is it?
Ah. What did he?
Maybe that's reason enough to go back.
I also am curious. What does this sigil look like, or this ruin, as you call it?
I pull down my pen and just on my hand write the little scent symbol.
I see. That looks similar script to the thing that the elder put on our foreheads. Do you think maybe he knows more?
Maybe if we just jam our heads into the tree, something will happen.
Well,
I feel like
wasn't-
Adarag is kind of cynical about the religious stuff. So.
You guys are always making me think I'm on some feet here, and all of a sudden you guys are like, oh, we got it. God,
yeah.
roll for it. It succeeds? Shit.
Well, yes, I think we probably should head back to Arlain and tell him that we understand at least that part of the riddle.
I'm very confused. Where are we going? What?
Well, you see, we thought that we needed to go find this arsonist turns out we had already found him, but now we need to know why he's up there and what these things on our heads are.
And why he's petrified.
Do
Who's
you know what this
petrified?
is?
The arsonist is petrified.
He is.
Yes. We found a statue to the north of town, and frankly, I thought it was a dad protecting his kids that had been magically turned to stone or some sort. But now I think it's far more gruesome scene of a man kidnapping kids, and it didn't go well for him.
So the arsonist turned kidnapper. Well, that is quite the story.
What's
So
weird?
you're not going to get him.
Well, he's petrified.
You,
As far
you
as
see,
I know,
we're
there are ways
small
to cure
folk.
petrification.
There are ways, you say.
Well, I've never done it myself, but I've heard of ways.
What are these ways that you've heard of?
I wouldn't know. I've just heard stories of people who've come back from petrification.
What people do this?
Healers. Some
All right.
ancient rituals
Bjorn.
and whatnot.
Bjorn
Alright.
might know.
Bjorn might know, but I believe we
What
should
about that Zabani
probably-
guy?
Is he a healer? I guess he knows a lot, just in general.
Would I have known him as a healer of sorts, or just a wise man?
No, definitely not a healer.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I don't. So in the talking about it, I don't think Adarag would bring it up because he thinks of him as more of like a
Well, that
wisdom.
Alexios brought him up because you guys went and he was hanging out with you guys when you met him. He was like, "What about Zabani?"
Well, Zabani, yeah, he's not really a healer. He's more of a collector of knowledge, but
Well, if I've heard the
Oh,
story,
oh.
maybe he has.
he probably has. Do we have anything else to trade?
We could trade the knowledge that the arson of the town went north and was likely petrified.
We could try it.
Seems like this guy's gonna want more than rumors.
I have a sketching of a rune that was on a tree where this man was petrified. Perhaps they'll be interested in that detail.
Well, that is fascinating. Maybe.
Well, what's for it, guys? Should we go tell Arlain about our updates first, or should we go talk to,
Zippity doo dah.
yeah,
What is it, Zipperdoodle?
Zipperdoodles and Zubadub.
I follow your lead, sir.
I'm just here to write the ballad of your great heroism.
It seems like we're just
that's right.
kind of running errands right
Before
now.
you're
but-
shopping.
Let's go tell Arlain quick.
All right.
We go to Arlain.
All right.
So
You
we
guys are familiar that his manor is up on the hill where he told you. So, following the trail up the hill, you come to a gated manor. It's not prestigious or anything like you'd see down in the Southern Kingdoms, but it's decent for Arwin's Rest. The gate is not locked.
But-
Very visible.
Adarag opens the gate and starts walking in.
Okay. Easy enough. You guys head up to the door. You're at the door to this manor.
Bump, 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 bump. Elder Arlain,
Bump, bump,
we
bump,
may have
bump.
news. Bump, 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 bump.
Bump, bump.
Slam! And then he opens up the door.
What is it? Oh, hi. My friends. You guys.
Yes, it's us. I believe we may have some more information for you.
He kind of looks around and eyes Alexios. He goes,
Is that the terrorist?
No,
No,
this is
no,
our
sir.
friend.
Oh.
Do
Okay.
you mind if we step in out of the rain quickly?
He was with us at the tavern, sir.
he kind of looks around and goes,
I mind. What news do you bring?
Well,
his
I think
porch is, think of this like Louisiana, that kind of,
Like a wraparound sort of porch.
residents living. Yeah, so you've got the covered porch. So you guys are enough out of the rain.
Okay. I mind. Yeah.
I mind. Whoa. What news do you bring?
This Atlas fellow that you were mentioning earlier.
Atlas, yes.
I believe we have connected some dots with his story.
Ah, good. You found him.
Well, yes,
In the manner
but
of speaking.
the irony of it is I think we found him before you told us about him.
Ah, you've come across him before. You're not working with him, are you?
No, he was to the north. We encountered him and he was, well, it's going to be hard to bring him back alive, sir.
You must.
Well, he was petrified, solid stone. Out in the forest. I don't know if you've heard of that before.
No. What did that?
I haven't gotten that far, but I thought you should know.
Okay. Now I know. Thank you.
Like,
At
goes
least
to
if
start
he's...
closing the door.
Also, sir, sir, quick question for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know about these runes? Like, are they a script of some sort?
Yes. Probably.
What? Do you know more about them?
No. It was given to me a long time ago. Something about protection. I hope
I
it
see.
works.
I see.
I think I drew it right.
And what are the consequences of it not being drawn right?
Ah, you could explode. I think.
I thought
As
so.
the stories go.
Sorry, taking notes.
Right. Well, in that case, and you wouldn't happen to know of any of these other symbols?
I do not. They are old. I do not know. My folks have passed that one down as a sign of protection. Whatever good that's done us.
All right. Well, sir, I think we know where we need to go next.
I know.
Me too. Off my porch.
All right.
Best of luck. Safe travels. Stay safe. Stay warm. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Closes the door.
Yep.
You know, I think he's warming up to us.
It's hard to say, but yeah, I think you're right. He's always been warm to us. Anywho,
That was one. He seems odd.
it's
Very
warm
strange.
for Mr. Arlain, yes.
I can hear you.
No.
Right, let's continue this talk elsewhere. We're
You
gonna
like
make our
you're
way-
muffled through the door.
I can hear you.
Outside the game real quick, are we doing a behind the table?
Under the table.
Under the table.
Over the table,
Come
under
on.
the table, around the table.
No,
through the table.
I put in the TTRP chat in the Discord asking people for their advice or their input on it, and the only person I had to pry it from Pickles, and he said no, and then everybody else was kind of like, yeah, maybe, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna roll with it until you guys figure it out. So basically, the way it's going to work is we're gonna get our full 3-hour sessions, and then basically their game will go on Sunday, your game will go on Tuesday, and then sometime during the week, whenever you guys pick, we can have an under the table. It could be a 20-minute under the table, it could be an hour under the table, it can be whatever you guys want to make it. You guys are like, hey, I can make it for, 20 minutes tonight. You guys want to do it under the table? Sure. Fuck it. And not everyone has to be there. You know, if you guys can get more than one person there, great. That's when we'll do our under the table for the week.
Okay.
And that way they can come in, you can come in, and we can discuss.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
All right, then.
Well, should we head to the statue, make sure it's still there, look for any signs of my stolen goods, and then...
I think it may behoove us to get some more information about these ruins before we head up there, and maybe learn some more about petrification and how it all works from Zabani down at the antiquarium.
Okay. Yep, let's do it.
Yes, that's a great idea.
All right, we walk.
You guys head out from Elder Arlain's place. I love him. I love Elder Arlain. He's fastly becoming one of my favorite characters. Where were you guys wanting to head exactly?
The antiquarian.
Okay, interesting. You guys head to the antiquarian. What do you guys step in?
We
No,
knock.
we'll knock on the door.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Come in.
We're back.
Door opens, the little bell rings, you guys step inside, and you see a very familiar face. Valeries. Who, you know what they look like, but inside. And she greets you.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Is there... I haven't had time to get to your requests yet. I didn't expect you back so soon.
Not to
Neither
worry.
did
We didn't either.
We're about to head north, but we had one more pressing matter that we were hoping maybe you could help us understand a little bit better.
Okay. And what might that be?
Um,
I don't know why my voice
anything-
got deep. What might that be?
Well, we are looking to better understand how petrification works, both the petrifying and unpetrifying of a human being.
Ah. Who are you trying to petrify?
We're not necessarily trying to petrify someone, but we think we may have found someone of importance that was petrified.
Ah. And you want to reverse the effect?
Potentially, or at least understand how that could be done.
I see.
We believe this is the person that burned down the market.
Most interesting. Okay.
She holds out a little paw.
I'll
Knowledge
pull
for
out.
knowledge, as they say.
I'll pull out the symbol that was on the tree by the statue and explain to her the situation. We found this by the man that was petrified, and I'll explain the full scene to it. What's the rat's name, or the mouse?
It is
Valeris.
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 Sorry.
Valeries.
Yeah.
So I'll explain that to her, and show her the rune that was on the tree. This was there, which I believe is some sort of ancient rune. I don't know too much about it, but I think it is interesting for your library here.
She kind of looks it over. You're holding it, and she's looking. She's like,
Not the full set, then? Just the one.
Full set, you say? That's another piece of information we might need to trade for.
Fair enough. So just this, then?
I have at the time.
I got this. He points to his head.
oh, the rune. I was like, what?
Here, take my head.
Yeah. She looks at that rune. She's like,
Collectors of runes now, are we?
What are these runes?
An interesting pastime. An ancient script.
Ancient script, you say?
Before our time.
Before the convergence, even.
The convergence.
I spoke too much. Yes, this'll do.
And she kind of notes down on her own piece of paper your guys's, so you guys can keep those notes. She notes down the drawings on your heads and the rune on your paper, and then scurries up onto a shelf. And you see her kind of moving about the shelf all the while. Dabani sits motionless. After a little bit, kind of scuffling through the shelves, kind of, no, moving, no,
Yes. Yes, this'll do. This'll do nicely. Here you go.
and she kind of pushes, like puts her feet on the ground and pushes with her back and pushes a scroll out onto the floor.
May I look at this scroll?
Yes, you traded for it.
Okay, I'm gonna take it to the table and stand on a chair and read it.
There you go.
All right. I'll go ahead and read it out loud so Adarag can hear it as well.
Okay.
So to brew a stonehide remedy, gather the following ingredients and follow the recipe with exact precision, or risk an uncertain outcome. And so it gives a list of ingredients. Beat the blues savory in a suitable container by using your hands, add a dash of water, and I go through this process of making it. And at the end, remove the solidified impurities floating at the surface. Your remedy is ready to be used. Small but very cold amount is needed for the elixir to be effective. Mixing it in a milkshake could work, but be wary of brain freeze. All right, and it's the recipe is by Anno and Emus.
Anno.
Well,
Emus. No.
anonymous. Well, thank you. I think
I hope that helps.
this could. Yes, I think this could be useful. Well, Adarag, it seems we have some gathering to do if we want to unpetrify this person.
Right. Well, let's get to it then.
Is there anything you're seeking in particular? Anything I can be of assistance on?
Well,
I don't know if we have much knowledge to trade, but, well, what's the ingredients list say?
there's a pinch of blue savory, a heap of mammoth nutmeg, 4 bits of tundra acacia, a tablespoon of bitter weed, and 4 tablespoons of yellow dill.
Fair enough.
She holds out her little paw again.
Do you have all these things?
No.
But I take it you have some of the tougher to get things.
No.
But you have the knowledge of where to get them.
Knowledge is what we trade in.
Of course.
This knowledge that you seek, is it always of,
Material.
well, old ideas or new ideas, or can it also be knowledge of happenings in the town?
We shall see.
Well, I can tell you, this man, I don't have a writing that describes this, per se. I can't give you a parchment or anything, but I can tell you, I believe he traveled from our homeland of the Kingdom of Angelonia, specifically Othrondil, and
Why?
well, to be honest, I think he was uh, stealing, like he has done here. He was stealing kids, and
He was stealing kids
yes,
from the kingdom of Angelonia to bring them to Arwin's Rest.
well, no, I'm assuming he was stealing, and he was trying to escape our land, and that's
What was
what
he
he was
stealing,
doing
if not
here.
kids?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just piecing the information together.
Most
That's-
unfortunate. What would be so important that he would steal it and come all the way out here to the Freelands, to Arwin's Rest in general? That is odd.
All I know is we had a breach at the academy that I work at, and I know,
He stole children
And-
from the academy.
well, no, it was a new technology from the academy that was stolen.
New technology.
Yes.
What new
And-
technology?
Well, I don't know what the technology was, but we were tasked with tracking him down to try and find out.
I see. If you find out what this new technology is, I'd be willing to trade.
We might find out if you help us unpetrify this person.
That is not how business is done.
Well, I'm gonna have to trade some other knowledge then.
I understand.
She holds out her paw again. Alexios will tap you on the shoulder and be like, I've noticed that your people worship Inebria.
My people don't, but the people here do.
Fair. Would knowledge of another god be worthwhile? He pulling out a pendant from underneath his tunic. It looks like a very jagged W. He pulls it out and he's like, would this be worth anything? It's of Kahira the Skald. My goddess. Goddess of battle, love, poetry. A warrior. She wields a glaive in one hand, a beautiful shield in the other, got a cape. It's filled with all this runic writing, like what they have. Stories.
What was this goddess's name?
Kahira. Stories say she was probably the first Skald ever. She enchanted all her fellow warriors with courage and power. Something I strive to do.
That is most excellent news. I have never heard of this Kahira. Sounds like a fascinating goddess. I will take that. Thank you. Seek out. Have you met a Evelyn of this town?
No, I don't believe we have.
A short, old woman. Very eccentric. Named Granny Evelyn. Woof. Excuse me. It's usually not what I do. She, gardens. She will have some of the flowers that you seek. There's also a herbalist in town. Came here recently. His belongings might have, some of the others that you seek. However, the bitter weed on that list, that's found down by the docks. Seek out a Hopkins. He likes to chew on it.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm taking notes. So
Absolutely.
you said Evelyn to talk to her to get some flowers. There was also a herbalist that came to town.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the bear, Bjorn?
That I am. You are familiar. Good.
Okay, we will seek him out as well.
No. He has left town.
To the east.
Steve.
Yes, I think we know where he went, though.
I said seek his belongings. Do with that what you will.
Where are his belongings? In the common room?
She holds out a hand. Unless you can figure it out by yourself, you are more than welcome to pay for the information.
That's okay. I think
We'll ask around.
we have enough information to go off of. I appreciate it.
I completely understand. You are most welcome. If there's anything else you need, we're always here.
Alrighty.
Thank you as always, Valeries.
Yep.
It's a pleasure, as always. Stay safe, my friends.
You as well.
You as well.
You guys head out. The bell rings again as you guys step back out into the streets. Now, amuletless, Alexios joins you outside.
I appreciate that, Alexios. I didn't know that you would worship that goddess.
Yeah.
As it were.
The goddess I chose. Proud to serve her. Seemed
Yes,
you guys were lacking any new intel, so figured I'd offer what I could.
Yeah, that was very helpful. Thank you.
Of course. I just hope come battle, you guys will not stop and forget about me.
No, we will not.
Again, we're going to try to avoid battle.
Understood.
Well, sorry, I'm getting tired with all this shopping. I'm not much of a shopper myself.
There's a lot. 3 episodes worth. For me, 3 episodes.
Well, I believe there's more shopping to do. We should follow up with Evelyn, and we could go get the bitterweed from the docks. And frankly, I'm not willing to just go through Bjorn's belongings without talking to him first. So maybe by the time we get the rest of the flowers and such, he'll be back, hopefully. If not, maybe I suggest we seek him out, because it wouldn't be bad to have him on our journey north. He knows those lands a little bit.
More than
How does that sound to you guys?
I believe that sounds like a good plan of action for the moment.
Would you guys like to find me when you're leaving town? It seems
You
like
enjoy your
keep-
cheese.
You keep bringing me along to go shopping. I'm not sure.
Frankly, Alexios, I keep trying to leave town, but there's things that keep pulling us back to look into more things, so...
Taking me back in.
I'm sorry, okay? He's like, I see.
So, yes, we will let you know when we're headed out if you'd like to go do something else.
Absolutely, of course. I'll go check in with Addison and see if she needs any more help.
Okay.
Pour one out for me.
Will do, my friend. And, if I run into Granny Evelyn, should I tell her to find you?
That would be
yeah.
most helpful.
That'd be good, and same with Bjorn. If you see a big bear, tell him his 2 short friends are looking for him.
I will. Bob's Lodge, then.
Bob's Lodge.
We'll meet you there.
Alright. And he heads off towards the town square. Where are you guys headed?
The docks.
Yeah, we'll start with that.
Going to the docks. Alright. Yeah, we'll wrap up there. We'll get to ingredient collecting next time.
Sounds good.
Alright. So we're gonna leave it here. We're gonna end this episode. No cliffhangers today.
Yeah.
And then
stay.
Adarag just dropped dead.
And it was at that moment a shadow came over Adarag and he disappeared from sight.
I was gonna say, you hear nothing, but you feel a shiver go up your spine. No!
They're here.
That would be great.
They've come.
That would be so great. No.
You see a purple flower in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many good ones, man. I love this game, man. And it's good that you guys are retaining this and you're like, oh man, the purple flower. Oh, the shiver up your spine. Like, you guys know what that means. That's great, man. I'm having a lot of fun with this. So this is King's Cross, and this is episode 15 overall. of the series so far. Rolling around with Adarag and Gnimwirt and a little off and on with Alexios.
There were a lot of characters today.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. You guys talked to,
Yeah.
let's see, you guys talked to Alexis, you talked to Jonathan, you talked to Elder Arlain, you talked to Valeries and Zabani, Frankie
Griff.
and Hopkins, Griff,
Yep.
Liliana. Damn, you guys
Yep.
made the rounds.
Yeah.
You know how many voices I had to do today? Hell, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, good job.
Kent too.
Oh yeah, Kent too. Yeah, Kent. Yeah. Have you guys?
We learned about Mr. Carver.
Yep, learned about Mr. Carver.
Yeah, there was a lot today.
That was a big info dump.
Yeah.
Have you guys chosen your? Out of everyone so far, do you still have a favorite NPC?
Bjorn.
Bjorn, probably. Yeah.
Bjorn still maintaining. Do you have
I think
I like
Bjorn's-
Bjorn. Thinking. I kind of. I liked he's a very simple character, but I liked Frankie.
Oh, really?
Like, I know there's like probably not a ton there, like maybe there is, but
Oh, hey, man.
yeah,
Oh,
it
hey,
was just
man.
fun to talk to him. I
Yeah.
kind of liked him.
Yeah, you can look at my boat.
I like Frankie too.
Yeah, I like the concept of Zabani and his mouse. It's a cool shop. Like the
Yeah.
concept of trading knowledge for knowledge is cool.
Yeah, and I think it works too because you guys can't just go in there and get as much as you want. You have to have stuff to trade. So it's like, oh, okay, we ran out of stuff. We have to go do more quests so we can come back with new intel so we can
Yeah.
get more from you.
It's a good driver for the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it worked out well. And do you guys remember when I was talking about changing up your access to all the notable people and the gods
Yeah.
and all that? And you were like, well, who would write all that down?
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
This is who
I
would
connected the dots
have
there.
all that. However, once you guys get access to that, that's something you'll be able to check all the time without trading. Like you'd be like, "Hey, can we check our notable people book? Like, can we check our logbook?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, here, like it's yours."
Do we have access to that still?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yep. Once you get access to that, it's kind of, I guess, meta knowledge, but
So we have to like trade for it again.
to an extent, or I'm just giving away meta knowledge, but befriend them and just be like, "Hey, is this something you guys would do for us?" And, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Put the logbook for us, da da da. Do you have a least favorite NPC you've met?
There's no one
Least
I hate. I'm nervous around Kent.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you guys didn't immediately go to Kent. He's the one person that you guys got nervous around. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, most of the people in the town have been very receptive to us,
Mhm.
and I don't understand the reason that he would be so against us when we're pretty clearly trying to help and everyone else responds well to us.
Mhm. Yep.
So,
But it did
There's
become
some-
very clear that he follows orders.
Yep.
So,
sure.
from what you understood, someone told him to keep an eye on the outsiders.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is basically what you've gathered.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys desecrated a dead body and met a whole lot of people. And...
I have a lot of notes for you today.
Oh, really?
A lot of notes.
I mean, I know we're not doing under the table, but I'm curious. I know it didn't come across well, and I kind of had to hand it to you guys, but I was really like proud of the connection between the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
no, that
something
was really good.
It connected back.
That wasn't your fault that we didn't connect the dots there. It was
I
just
could have done better describing it and detailing it and like making it more distinguishable.
I just
I think-
wasn't thinking that way. You know?
Yeah, because I think mainly because up to this point, our main interaction with that statue has been us thinking it was like some tragic scene of like a father protecting his kids, and
I know.
it was yeah, yeah. So
That's
Um,
DM writing for you.
yep.
Yeah.
So that's
I
so
say that was probably one of my proud moments as a DM is connecting that to turn it around. You guys being like, oh,
Oh.
like I thought that was fun. I like that little detail.
That was good.
Yeah, I like Frankie and Hopkins. I've had them in the story for a while, and I was waiting for someone to meet them. No one ever went to the docks. Like you guys came from the docks, but no one ever goes there, or you just never had a reason to. But yeah, Frankie and Hopkins hanging out fishing.
Yeah, they're funny characters. I like them.
I like them.
It's kind of nice. Like, that's something that I need to note for my playthrough of Phandelver, because not every character needs to be like the most complicated, super developed character. Like, I think it's okay to have like some more simple characters that just brings the world to life.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're underdeveloped, but like, you know, there's maybe not as much depth as like Bjorn or Elder Arlain or, you know, someone who's got a lot going on or Zipper Doodles.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zabani's a very complex character. Yeah, his eyes seared out by magic users. You're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Like, there's
your
a
eyes.
lot-
And he's like, thanks. Yeah.
There's a lot going on with that character, and you can tell like you could spend 3 hours learning the backstory of that character. Whereas like Frankie, it's probably fairly simple, but it's
Hey,
still just a
buddy.
good character.
Hey,
Yeah.
bud.
Now I grew up here. I fish.
I fish by the docks.
Yep. That's my boat.
You catch more on the left side than you do on the right side.
Yeah,
of the
he
dock.
like knows all the right spots. He's like,
Yeah, you want to make sure that you fish in the morning and you net in the evening.
I don't know. Yeah, no, it's fun. I really like King's Crossing. It's coming together, and like as you guys play through it, it's becoming more and more full of life from you guys, and it's giving me stuff to work on and write, and it's great. I will say in this adventure, I expected, in today's session, I expected you guys to already be coming back from the north. Is where I was planning on like the cutoff being. It was actually, I guess it's kind of my fault. It got to the point where you guys were ready to leave town, and I looked at my notes and I go, oh shit, they don't know how to unpetrify him. So you guys are going to get up there and go, well,
Well,
I was like, they haven't even connected the dots that he's the petrified guy. Fuck. I was like, they're literally just heading north with no leads. Like, I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I was
need do
trying
something.
to be sensitive about like, because I know we've done a lot of just RPing in town. I'm trying to like move our character and move the story along, but
Yeah, but there was points where it's like, oh wait.
I feel like
Um,
everything we
this-
did today we needed to do.
No, you guys
Yeah.
did a lot. You guys really did do a lot. The only thing you guys going to Zabani before you needed to, like the first trip to Zabani, I didn't have planned. Like I expected you guys to be like, oh, we need to go to, or we know about this guy Zabani who could answer these questions. We know he's petrified. How do we fix that? We'll go to Zabani.
Yeah.
That's the time that I thought you guys would go to Zabani. The first trip was completely, I was like, oh, okay, this will be interesting. Like,
Yeah, I wanted to do that because I knew we'd be leaving, and I didn't want the other group to like do an entire quest to get something, and then I'm not there to build them their item. So,
That's true.
you know, like I didn't want them to just
Yeah.
think we abandoned them.
And I will, you guys don't know where the crossroads are, and you don't know where they sent Bjorn, but I will say they were gone for 2 days last time they went east.
with
Crossroads.
terrain.
Yeah, this time we gave them boots to try and help with that.
Yeah. Yep. So, I mean, you've definitely helped them, but just so you know, to be fair, they went to the mountain, and they probably didn't send him to the mountain, but they went to the base of the mountain and back, and it took them 2 days travel.
Yeah, I would imagine Bjorn would be able to move faster though, as a bear.
Yeah. I mean, technically, over the course of what you guys have done in town, I think we started at like 9:30 in the morning. This session, it's probably about 12:30.
Okay.
So it's not like ridiculous. It's not like nighttime, you know.
It's a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
In this session, I mean, it was really. I mean, the town's not huge, so it wasn't like you were traveling an hour across town, back and
Yeah.
forth. It's
Right.
you're going up and down like 3 different blocks.
Mhm.
So not a whole lot of time has really passed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start sending you my notes from the session.
Yeah. We're over time, so I think we'll wrap up there. You guys have fun. It was good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We'll be
Great.
back next
always.
week with more. So if you guys are watching on the YouTube, thanks yous for watching. We appreciate it. Tune in next week, same time. Here on the live stream, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. Pacific, or wherever you are, wherever that is for you. If you want to catch more Adarag and Gnimwirt, I also run this game on Sundays at the same time, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, wherever that is for you. That's where you'll see Grunkle, Torvekik, Wilfer, and they stole dibs. They took dibs with them, so they headed east. Along with Bjorn. Bjorn also went east, so they might have taken him too. They tried to take Alexios, and I was like, "You just taking everybody."
Just taking all the NPCs.
Yeah, I was like, "You guys, Adarag and Gnimwirt, you guys have to go make all new friends." They took yours.
And then
Fine,
send
we'll
the
take
others
Frankie.
away.
Yeah.
We'll take Frankie.
There you go.
Hey man, where are we going? I've never been up here before.
I would have a lot of fun with that, actually.
Frankie and Hopkins coming along.
Yeah.
Hey man, what's that little guy? Yeah, it's fucking.
Shit, you should bring Frankie.
What do you call that guy? A little twig blight? Oh, he's cute. Ow, he's biting me.
You'll
All
have
right.
to give them some abilities that drive us to bring them.
Just comedic. Like,
We really need fish for this adventure.
comedic relief. I don't know. You guys are bringing. Well, yeah. You guys are bringing Alexios. He's not a fighter. That's the thing is, like, the other group, it made sense because they were all fighters. So I gave them, like, supports. But you guys are supports. And they gave you the support.
Yep.
And they sent away Bjorn. They gave you the support. And then they took the sneak. But
They're really not being team players here.
yeah, especially if you guys were like, yeah, we're gonna be sneaky and stealthy and avoid combat. I was like, oh man, Dibs would be perfect for this.
I'm a little bummed because like we
need
got
a
to
fighter.
town.
Oh, they sent Bjorn away.
I know, yeah, we got to town and like before we could do anything, because when we ended our session
Mhm.
with like season 1 or whatever,
Yeah.
like us and Bjorn and Elder Arlain, Jonathan, Kyler, we were all headed to the inn
Mhm.
to talk.
Mhm.
And then the next time Adam and I got to play anything,
It was the
Bjorn
next
was
day.
just gone.
Yeah, it was the next day. Basically, well, Elder Arlain had gone home. He was like, find me later. And then it was the next day. Yeah. I guess that's poor DMing on my part. I moved you guys forward today, but it basically, you guys went back, rested, hung out, had drinks, had food. That's what the other party did too. They went back and just kind of rested and recovered.
Just debrief.
Yeah, it was basically just everyone going back. You guys got put up to full health and everything and just chilling.
Oh, we did?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you're at full health. Full everything. I gave you guys one free, like, full heal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I guess that's poor on my part for the most part because, yeah, you guys came back and Bjorn was gone, but I mean, that's how it's going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
They were like,
They're
yeah,
always going to be before us because it's Sunday and then Tuesday.
Sunday then Tuesday, but actually it's not right now because Sunday was the joint game. So they haven't done anything. You guys are technically ahead of them right now.
All right.
But it all depends because I mean, if they blow through a lot more time,
Yeah.
like maybe they spend a lot of their time just traveling. Like they could travel all the way there, do their session, and then just they'll be like, yeah, we travel back. Okay, well they've spent X amount of time. Now I need to when I get with you guys, I have to have you guys catch up in time because they're ahead of you now.
Yeah.
So that's just on me. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, all this RP in town, you guys use all your fortune points for free. I don't get to come back at you with anything. It is what it is. All right, let's wrap up there. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. My name is Wrath. This is a decent tough nuts. My players. Huge shout out to you guys. Thank you for making this game what it is. I'm having so much fun. I'm over here laughing my ass off, and sometimes like I usually do really well, but there's sometimes where I like catch myself and I have to like cover my mouth because I'm just over here laughing. And I'm like, no, maintain composure. It's pretty. What was it? It was where you guys were like, "Yeah, I'm dumb." I was like, "No." Yeah, this is pretty good. We have some good moments, but yeah. If you guys want to see more of them, check out the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. They're both in it. You can also catch up on Dirty, the Drinks and Discussions podcast, where there's some of the co-hosts over there. And that's all I got. So thank you for watching. This is episode 15 of King's Crossing. We'll see you in the next one. Later.
Peace.
Cheers.